Colorado Rockies. Today at 2 on WGN America. WGN America. TV you can't ignore.
It's the Hyundai Leadoff Man Show. Now, here's Len Casper.
The Ballhawks were busy out on Waveland Avenue during batting practice this morning. Another beautiful day for Cubs baseball, and we are set for the Hyundai Leadoff Man on WGN Sports. Today, the Cubs seek to wrap up this week-long stay a perfect 7-0 as they host the Rockies. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to the Leadoff Man. I'm Len Casper. Remember, a week ago, the Cubs dropped that game in Pittsburgh. They were 2-4 on the trip. They kind of limped home, but things have gone perfectly so far this week. Let's check out the highlights of the entire homestand going back to Monday, Memorial Day, as Derek Lee hit a home run to the bleachers and left in the first inning. That helped Ryan Dempster to notch the first win of this week. On Tuesday, Kosuke Fukudome with a big RBI double. That capped a 3-run seventh in the Cubs' 3-1 win. Then Wednesday, they wrapped up the sweep. Alfonso Soriano with a game-ending hit in the 10th, scoring Mike Fontenot, who had doubled, and the Cubs swept Los Angeles. So a great finish to that series, and the Cubs then got set for a 4-game series against the Colorado Rockies. Kerry Wood striking out the side in the 9th. It was a non-save situation as the Cubs wrapped up an 8-4 comeback victory. Then on Friday, the big day, the Cubs erased an 8-run deficit to win 10-9, capped by Mark DeRosa's huge home run in the 7th, and the place was up for grabs. And then on Saturday, some defense from the Cubs. First, Reed Johnson with an excellent diving catch, helping out the starter Ryan Dempster, who would get his second win of the week. Alfonso Soriano coming up with another go-ahead hit. This was a home run to give the Cubs the lead for good. More glove work in the 9th inning. Big play, Kosuke Fukudome with a great catch going back to the ivy and right. That would have put the tying run on base. And then Carlos Marmol, after giving up a solo home run to Scott Podsednik, closes it out for the Cubs' 6th consecutive win. All here at home, 5-4 the final on Saturday. A lot of very close ball games. And the Cubs now 6-0 on this homestand, and an opportunity to have a perfect homestand of 7 games or more for the first time in this franchise's history since 1970. Well, going into the season, Lou Pinella talked to his team about how important it was to play well at home. The first 33 here over the first 2 months here at Wrigley Field, and here's Lou from a little bit earlier.
We talked about it as a team, and I told them that our home schedule favored us early in the season, and that it was important that we get off to a good start, and we have. Well, we've gotten ourselves in good position, but that is all. Good position. And after this next month or so of baseball, when we get through this tough stretch of games, we'll know exactly where we're at. But I anticipate we'll play well.
Are the fans overly excited, too excited about what the record is right now, do you think?
I think, look, this is a fun team to watch play. And they play hard every day. And you get your money's worth when you come to the ballpark. You really do. I mean, these guys get after it. But, you know, to be talking about the best team in baseball or the best record in baseball at 1st of June, I think it's an overkill. And you just keep playing them one at a time and one series at a time, and we'll see where we're at down the road.
And after today, the Cubs head out west. They'll have a 4-game road trip that'll take them through San Diego and Los Angeles. We'll be back with more on the Hyundai Leadoff Man, but as we go to break, we'd like to recognize our Chicagoland Hyundai dealer of the game, Quality Hyundai of Oak Lawn, Illinois. Hyundai, the right choice. Log on to myhyundaichicago.com. We'll be back.
Baltimore's a great place to pick up dance moves, I find. A lot of heel work. Jazz hands? Anything with jazz hands. I do the hustle just like you. Geico probably thinks this is easy too.
Oh, sweetie, he wants a bite.
Okay, I'll give you a bite. You say this one little word. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
You know, I should have asked him to spell it.
You can't even spell it.
They're a mouthful. The DQ Waffle Bowl Sundaes. Fudge brownie, turtle, and chocolate-covered strawberry. All in a fresh-baked waffle bowl.
You make movies, huh? I got an idea for a movie.
In Hollywood, it takes a real wise guy.
The name's Barboni. Chili Palmer.
Momo.
Where do you get these names?
To get in on the action.
You're a stuntman, huh? That's not bad for a guy his size.
John Travolta in a comedy about the art of closing the deal.
Friends don't hit each other. Unless they have to.
Get Shorty.
Tonight at 8 on WGN America.
The Hyundai Leadoff Man, brought to you in part by Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs, and by your local Hyundai dealer. Every day's a great day for Hyundai.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Micah Hoffpower will get the start at first base, so it's the first day off, at least to begin the ball game, for Cubs first baseman Derek Lee. And the Cubs have gotten contributions from really up and down their roster. Carlos Marmol got the save filling in for Kerry Wood yesterday. We won't see Carlos in the ball game today because he's been very busy, but a 1.75 earned run average. Giovanni Soto tied for the team lead with 38 RBIs. And my partner Bob Brenly had a couple of words with Geo Soto.
Gio, talk a little bit, if you could, about Carlos Marmol and the tail end of the Cubs bullpen. Those guys have been so dominant so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, Carlos Marmol, every time he come in, I mean, it's been lights out. I mean, I can't. It's every time he comes in, it seems like he's straight out the side, and you know, it seems like everybody worries when he got only one little hit. But I mean, he's been lights out since the opening day. It's been really helpful for us. Kerry Wood coming in the ninth and closing it up, and you know, we had some rough time, but you know, our record and everything shows that, you know, everybody's been doing their job and everybody's been pretty good effectively back in the bullpen.
Yeah, Marmol's been lights out, and so have you since opening day. Just talk a little bit about the way the season has gone. Have there been any surprises for you up to this point?
Not really surprised. I mean, I'm glad I'm doing so good, and you know, I try to keep it up, try to keep, you know, my hitting stats up there, but most importantly, my catching standpoint of controlling the pitching staff and the bullpen. You know, that's the most important job. But you know, I've been really pleased with what I'm doing right now.
Thanks.
That's Giovanni Soto. It's been a great week for Lou Pinella and the Chicago Cubs. They go for the homestand sweep. When we come back, we'll talk about today's starters on the Hyundai Leadoff Man.
Now you can slow down and grill with new Kingsford Hickory Charcoal.
I have swimming every day, including Saturday mornings, basketball practice, piano lessons, babysit. I tutor on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I have the most hectic schedule. Diabetes has taught me that I can be really responsible. I always have to test my blood sugar before I eat, before I exercise.
One Touch, a simple way to check your blood sugar.
There's no reason that my life can't be absolutely normal.
More power to you.
Take me out to Esurance. Take me to Savings Online. Auto insurance that's hassle-free. When you buy it, instantly let me quote. Buy quick at Esurance. If you don't save, it's a shame. For it's $100, $200, $300 you could save with the Esurance name.
Save time and money on your auto insurance at Esurance.
Superstation WGN is now WGN America. It's It's not just TV, it's a lifestyle. So quit your job, sell the car, and get ready to plant yourself in front of the tube.
Do not quit your job or sell your car, and if you do, at least make sure you got a backup plan and or you get a good price for it. If you do plant yourself in front of the tube to watch the all-new WGN America, make sure you have plenty of snacks on hand because wild horses, fire and or laser shooting flying saucers will be able to tear you away from the awesome stuff I just mentioned. For real, you've been warned.
WGN America, TV you can't ignore.
The Hyundai Leadoff Man, brought to you in part by Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs, and by your local Hyundai dealer. Every day's a great day for Hyundai.
Starting pitchers today for the Cubs, 22-year-old right-hander Sean Gallagher, who comes off his best start, a 3-1 win over the Dodgers on a frigid night Tuesday. 24-year-old righty Ubaldo Jimenez, it did not go well in his previous start, allowed 7 runs at Philadelphia on 10 hits. So we're set for Cubs baseball. They try for a perfect week against the struggling Rockies. We'll have all the action coming up next.
After 23 days on tour, we can't wait to get home and to our own beds.
The tougher your days, the more you deserve a Sleep Number night. Call now for your free information kit plus your $50 thank you gift card. Only a Sleep Number bed lets you adjust your Sleep Number setting to your ideal level of comfort. And since every day and every body is different, you can change your Sleep Number anytime. Pick a higher number for more firmness, lower for softer support. With settings from 0 to 100, you can always find your perfect sleep number. Ordinary beds like traditional innerspring mattresses and foam don't allow you to personalize your comfort. They can create pressure points that make you toss and turn, but a Sleep Number bed puts the control in your hands. And you'll not only sleep more, you'll compromise less because you and your partner can each choose your own Sleep Number setting. A Sleep Number bed lets you sleep soundly for another reason. A 20-year limited warranty, plus a 30-night trial. Of course, seeing is believing. So when you visit a Sleep Number store, you'll get a free personalized pressure map profile. You'll actually see your pressure points and how a Sleep Number bed can relieve them. Find out why the most comfortable sleep is the one you control yourself and how a queen mattress can be yours for as little as $20 a month.
Call 1-800-851-6565 now and we'll send you your free information kit, including a fact-filled brochure, DVD, and price list, plus your $50 thank you gift card just for inquiry.
This is one decision you really don't have to sleep on.
Call 1-800-851-6565 now. Why let another day or night go by?
Sleep Number. It's the bed that counts.
It takes a real wise guy
Stuntman, huh?
to make it in Hollywood.
That's not bad for a guy his size.
Get Shorty.
Tonight at 8 on WGN America.
The following is a presentation of WGN Sports.
WGN Sports brings you Chicago Cubs baseball. What a week it's been for the Cubs. They have not lost on this homestand. So far, a perfect 6-0. They try for the sweep as they take on the Colorado Rockies, who've now dropped 11 straight on the road. What a beautiful day for baseball here today. Len Casper and Bob Brindley with you. The Cubs have played so well against the National League West at home, and after today, they hope to carry that on the road.
Yeah, they played extremely well against the West here at home. They've dominated the West here at home at Wrigley Field this year for the season. They lost a couple ball games in Colorado earlier this year, but 12-1 at the friendly confines. They've done it with offense. They've done it with pitching. Yeah, it's been kind of a down year for the Western Division. 2 teams that went to the postseason last year, and the entire division is struggling against the Central this year.
You know, Bob, we don't know how it's going to play out the rest of 2008 for Sean Gallagher, but maybe we'll see him grow up as a big leaguer as just a 22-year-old.
Well, he's taken full advantage of this this opportunity. It's one thing to have the opportunity. It's another thing to go out there and make your manager believe in you. Those are his numbers last time out against the Dodgers. And Sean Gallagher has a real good mental frame of mind each time he goes out there and takes the mound. So hopefully today will be another step in that maturing process.
It's been tough for the Rockies this year, and Ubaldo Jimenez has struggled. Look at what he's done on the road. He still hasn't won.
Yeah, he has really struggled this year, especially with the base on balls. And if the Cubs can continue to be patient, they may get some free base runners today.
All right, we're getting ready for the first pitch, but first, let's go down to the field. God Bless America and our national anthem.
Staged by first performing God Bless America, followed by our national anthem.
Performing God Bless America and our national anthem. Let's go Cubs. We'll have the Cubs hosting the Rockies next.
Chicago Cubs baseball, brought to you by Smooth Bush Beer and easy drinking Bush Light. The Chicagoland area Dodge dealers and the all-new 2009 Dodge Journey. AT&T. See what's new from the new AT&T. Visit att.com for details. The Illinois Lottery. Play the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. By Pepsi. Every sip gets you closer. And by Southwest Airlines. You're now free to be more productive. Visit southwest.com today.
What does a yellow light mean? Slow down. What?
The Pinedale shopping mall has just been bombed with live turkeys.
The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Chuckles the clown was just killed. He was dressed as a peanut and an elephant crushed him.
Stop trying to cheer me up, Lou.
The work week is over. Time to kick the weekend into gear.
The mountains will
This is a photo of our first Lumber Liquidator store. We didn't have a fancy showroom or an expensive location. Our goal was simply to provide great hardwood flooring at the best possible prices anywhere. Today, as the largest direct retailer of hardwood flooring, we're still not fancy and a bit out of the way, but we continue to have the best hardwood flooring at incredible prices.
2 1/4-inch solid oak utility grade flooring, only 99 cents a square foot. Supreme pre-finished horizontal natural bamboo, just $1.99 a square foot.
Visit your local Lumber Liquidators or lumberliquidators.com.
Steve Odell is a real Geico customer, not a paid celebrity. So to help tell his story, we hired a celebrity.
Recently, my father was carjacked at knife point.
Oh, honey, that's all right. This face has seen more knives than a Benihana.
Geico handled the whole thing with unbelievable sensitivity.
Sensitivity? I can't feel my face.
I was so impressed I switched to Geico and saved over $600.
I was very happy.
Geico. Real service, real savings.
Am I smiling? I can't tell, Steve. I can't.
Today's Chicago Cubs broadcast on WGN TV, your official summer baseball station, is brought to you in beautiful high definition, sponsored by Comcast. You see the great look from across Sheffield. We'd like to thank Dave Abrams and Skybox on Sheffield for helping us out on our broadcast today. Jim Tianis over there getting those beautiful shots of the ballpark from across the street. Hi, Jim.
We knew Jimmy T'd be somewhere close to a barbecue.
Well, Lou is trying to remain cautiously optimistic. That's a manager's job. Only 2 months in. But the Cubs have the best record in baseball on June 1st for the first time since 1908. As Cub fans know, that was the last time this franchise won the World Series. The Tampa Bay Rays playing very good baseball, and everybody expects the Red Sox and Angels to be where they are. The Cardinals lost last night, so the Cubs lead in the National League Central right now, 2.5 games.
Well, Lou, as you said, a little bit more guarded than the fans at this point in the season, and that's because Lou has been through a lot of long baseball seasons, and he understands that things can change rather quickly. So rather than get, in his words, giggly about it, just enjoy it while it's going on and understand that there may be a point this season where we bump up against it. But I believe that the Cubs are a good enough team to withstand any kind of adversity this year.
Been a tough go here early on for the defending National League champion Rockies. They've dropped 11 straight on the road and 17 of 19 away from Denver. Pasednik, Sullivan, Helton, a lot of lefties in their lineup. Atkins, Smith, and Stewart. Quintanilla, who hit his first career home run yesterday. Torrealba, the catcher, and Jimenez 0 for 21 to start the season.
And here's how the Cubs take the field defensively today behind Sean Gallagher. Brought to you by Pepsi. Every sip gets you closer. Soriano and Edmonds in left and center. Kosuke Fukudome, one of the best defenders that Cub fans have seen here at Wrigley Field in a long time. Ramos Ramirez, Ryan Terrio on the left side of the infield. DeRosa and Micah Hoffpower on the right side. Giovanni Soto will be doing the catching today for right-hander Sean Gallagher. Hopefully Sean will be able to take another big step forward today. By far his best outing last time out against the Dodgers. 7 innings, 4 hits, only gave up 1 run through 111 pitches in that ball game.
So Pasednik stands in. He hit a home run in the 9th off Carlos Marmol yesterday. First pitch is a strike, according to Mike Mulinski, who is filling in for the injured Brian Onora. And strike 2. Onora has a torn hamstring. So we hope for a quick recovery for Brian, but it looks like he's going to be out a while. He suffered that injury early on yesterday as Pasednik foul tips for strike 3.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good night. All 3 pitches fastballs from Sean Gallagher. I think the more outs you can get early in the game without incorporating your secondary pitches, the better off you're going to be, because now Scott Pasednik goes back to the bench, tells his Rockies teammates, all I saw was fastball. I have no idea what his off-speed pitches look like.
Strike 1 on Sullivan, who's playing center. as Clint Hurdle is stacking the lefties, 3 at the top and 3 in the middle. You have Pasednik, Sullivan, and Helton. Then a right-handed hitter, Garrett Atkins, cleaning up, and then 3 more lefties, Smith, Stewart, and Quintanilla.
There's about a 110-point difference right now for Sean Gallagher. Righty's hitting only .212 against him. Lefty's hitting .326.
Working quickly, it's 2-2. In case you're wondering, when an umpire is injured and the process, they're only allowed to return after they receive doctor's clearance. So once you're kind of on the whatever the DL would be called for an umpire, you can't just decide I'm coming back. You have to have a doctor clear you physically, and as we've seen throughout the start of this season with some controversial calls in the outfield, especially if you're on the bases, you have to be willing and ready to move, and if you're at the plate, you have to be ready to shift depending on who moves on a particular play.
I'm sure there are a few people that come to the ballpark to watch the umpires and how they work a ball game. Of course, most of them come to watch the players, as Sean Gallagher punches out Corey Sullivan. But it's kind of interesting in a ball game just to focus on the umpire sometime, especially with the runner at first base and a ball hit in the gap. You'll see how they rotate around and cover each other's positions. Boy, Gallagher with a good live fastball in the mid-90s here in the early going, elevates that one and gets a swinging strike from Sullivan.
Now Todd Helton, he's been pretty hot lately. He has reached base in 28 of his last 40 plate appearances. He got on all 3 times yesterday, a home run and 3 walks. Sean coming back on a 1-1. It's just inside. 2-1 now with Atkins on deck.
We talked about the 3 walks that Helton was able to draw in the ball game yesterday. The first one, I believe, was a semi-intentional walk from Ryan Dempster. There were 2 outs in the inning, nobody on base. The other 2 walks were leading off an inning. Certainly not a time you would like to put a guy on base via the walk, but I'm pretty sure that first one was just a case of Ryan Dempster pitching around a guy who'd had success against him in the past.
Fly ball to left, and Soriano on the move, and it hit his glove and came out. Throw to second, a chance to get Helton here. Tag applied. Got him. And hopefully Mark is okay. I don't know if he got spiked. I think he might have gotten stepped on by Helton. So an error on Soriano, and he'll pick up an outfield assist. And hopefully Mark DeRosa's right hand is okay. Strange end to the top of the first.
As the end of the play, you see DeRosa gets that tag down. Oh, and right there, Helton popped up off the bag, and in an effort to regain his balance, he comes down on Mark DeRosa's right hand and wrist area right there.
Every sip gets you closer to Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
Hey to you. HD TVs, millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Get Pepsi Stuff points on specially marked Pepsi or Diet Pepsi 24-ounce 6-packs for a free Amazon MP3 music download.
Hey, we landed. In the middle of the road.
Hop in this room. There's one thing. We're nudists.
Wow.
Ugh.
Rear view camera. Ride ready. The new Pilot, only from Honda.
Auto insurance wasn't something I used to get animated about. Until I switched to Esurance.
Paul is an actual Esurance customer. Here we go.
With competitive rates and quote-by-print convenience, eSurance makes it easy to save time and money on car insurance.
And don't forget, if you ever run into any trouble, special agents are here to help you 24/7.
Who knew I could be so drawn to my auto insurance company?
Take a fresh look at your auto insurance. Get your quote from eSurance today.
So here's Soriano. He was charged with an error, his second, and also picked up his third assist. So a couple of drops on Sunday afternoons for Soriano. Had the one last week in the ninth inning. So no problem here today as he was able to get the out. He's thrown out by Quintanilla. One out here in the Cubs first. Now the rest of Lou Pinella's lineup against Ubaldo Jimenez and the Rockies, brought to you by Pepsi. Every sip gets you closer. Terrio coming up. Michael Hoffpower with his first start at first base. Ramirez, Fukudome, and Soto. Jim Edmonds with his best game as a Cub on Friday. DeRosa hitting eighth at 303. And Gallagher ninth. One and nothing on Ryan Terrio. I think I know the answer, but have you ever gotten stepped on like Mark DeRosa?
Oh yeah, regularly.
That can't feel very good.
It happens a lot more at home plate than it does out there at second base, but just an unfortunate accident that time. You can see Helton was clearly just trying to regain his balance, and Mark, in an effort to get that tag down there and get the third out, had both hands on the ground, and Helton stomped right on his right wrist.
Off the leg of the pitcher. Terrio is on with a single. Oh, man. Well, you can hear that very clearly on our field microphone. Sounded like it got all bone.
Not that it's something that you intentionally do, but Ryan Terrio has hit 3 pitchers during the course of this homestand with line drives back through the middle of the box. It's just part of his approach at the plate to hit the ball up the middle in the other way. But man, that one hit solid.
You're looking at his knee. Wow.
Take another look at it in slow motion to see if we can determine exactly where it got him. It looked like it was very close to the knee. Pitch was out away from Terrio. He squares it up right on the sweet spot of the bat, and it looked like it caught him right on the left knee, maybe just below the kneecap. I mean, that ball shot over into foul territory so quickly that Ryan Terrio had thoughts about going to second base. Jimenez has had trouble throwing strikes consistently in the early going this year, and you have to believe this is not going to help him stay in the strike zone.
Early on in Gallagher's start last time out, he took one off his right index finger and was able to continue on. And the Rockies are hoping that Jimenez can last past 6 pitches.
It's been a rough start to this ball game as far as injuries go. Soriano having trouble out there in left field once again. He does recover and make a good throw to second base to Mark DeRosa, and then there is where Todd Helton came down on his right wrist and right hand. Man. Oof. Looks like he's got a Band-Aid on his right index finger. Maybe got spiked on the knuckle there.
So here's Michael Hoffpower.
Who says baseball's a non-contact sport?
Yeah. Terrio with a hit. And he's at first with 1 out. Hoffpower in for Derek Lee. Now, you talked to Derek. I did not. My guess would be that he can stomach this a little bit better because the team's winning.
Absolutely. I saw him in the clubhouse right before I came upstairs today and asked him, well, do you need an itinerary? Do you know what to do today? He was just kind of wandering aimlessly around the clubhouse.
Little tapper by Hoffpower. So he gets the pitcher Jimenez off the mound. He looked okay getting off the hill, and he throws out Micah.
Actually bounced off that pitcher's mound a lot better than I thought he would on this little nubber to the third base side. Pushes off that left leg. Gets over there and makes a nice barehanded play from our Southwest RoboCam. No sign of a limp, no sign of favoring that left leg at all by Jimenez. Tough guy. My knee still aches and it didn't even hit me.
Yeah, you should drop that line on Mark DeRosa after the game. You know, it hurt me probably more than it did you looking at it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll keep an eye on Jimenez as the game progresses. There's definitely a possibility of some swelling in there. It may get stiff between innings. And I started to say he's had trouble throwing strikes already this year in 58 2/3 innings coming into play today. 33 base on balls.
He's 24. Signed out of the Dominican Republic in 2001. Missed most of 2004 with shoulder problems. Solid start for Ramirez. Tied for the team lead in RBIs with Giovanni Soto at 38. 1-1 pitch into right. That'll be a base hit. Terrio will come around to score. Cubs on the board.
Well, we talked about it all afternoon yesterday. The approach by the Cubs hitters going to the opposite field against Glendon Rush, and it continues into the ball game today. Torrealba sets up inside. The pitch is out over the plate. Ramirez just lines it into right field for an RBI base hit.
23 straight games with a lead for the Cubs. And it brings up Kosuke. And he went too far. Strike one. What a catch in the ninth. In game 3 of this set. To rob Omar Quintanilla. That would have put the tying run at the plate. Now Marmol probably doesn't pitch to Pasetnik the same way if there's a runner on base, but Scott hit a home run off Carlos, and that made it a 1-run game. That would be it for the Rockies in the ninth. Kosuke has looked very comfortable out in right field. Two and two. There's Soto on deck. A great look from across the street on Sheffield. Called strike 3. And Kosuke's out. First strikeout for Jimenez, but the Cubs get a run on 2 hits. They lead 1-0.
Tough meets classy. The stylish 4-door Ridgeline built by Honda.
Chase called. Somebody was trying to use our card, but I took care of it.
Chase fraud alerts you can act on instantly. Protection matters. Chase what matters.
Call today for the Golden
credit card from American Express and start earning double miles in more places more often. Apply now and get up to 20,000 bonus miles. With award tickets starting at just 25,000 miles, you can fly free sooner. Plus, the annual fee is waived for the first year. Call 1-877-369-AMEX. Call now for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card and earn 2 miles for every eligible dollar you spend for even faster travel awards on Delta and 15 airline partners. Take advantage of this great offer today and get 20,000 miles closer to a free trip. Plus, enjoy the card with no annual fee for the first year. Call 1-877-369-AMEX now.
WGN America, TV you can't ignore.
This place has been buzzing really all week. And you think about where the Cubs were a week ago. It's not like they were in dire straits, but they had come off a 2-4 road trip and had that stunning loss at Pittsburgh as Garrett Atkins takes strike one. We're in the second, 1-0 Cubs. But a little home cooking, and all of a sudden the Cubs have the best record in baseball and a 2.5 game lead in the division.
And the buzz starts a couple hours before game time and lasts well into the night here in Wrigleyville.
Yes, sir. Up and in on Atkins. Going through a tough stretch. He's hitting .313 on the year. But he's 0 for 14. His last 14 at bats and 0 for 11 in this series. Swing and the miss. Good breaking ball there by Gallagher. They got him on the slider. And he has now struck out 3. Want to see a Cubs game from the front row at Wrigley Field? Now you can. Visit Cubs.com and click on the CBOE front row seats auction to bid on tickets in the front row behind home plate and along the first base line for the June 10th through 26th games. Don't miss your chance. Go to Cubs.com and check out the CBOE front row seats auction today. Seth Smith playing right. Broke his bat. That's a fair ball. Strong throw. Good stretch by Hoffpower.
Well, there's always a little bit of a delayed reaction on a play like that where the bat breaks and a part of the bat flies in one direction and the ball goes in the other direction. Even the hitter Seth Smith wasn't sure where the ball went, but Gallagher makes a nice recovery and a 94-mile-an-hour fastball to Micah Hoffpower over there at first base.
Here's Ian Stewart. Big cut. He missed. A lot of strikes from Sean early on. 7 innings, 4 hits, just 1 run on Tuesday night. A very cold night here at the ballpark. But he got the 3-1 win. Went with the short sleeves throughout. Even though the wind chill was 35 degrees. Got a box of t-shirts earlier in the week from the Iowa Cubs. A Sean Gallagher t-shirt, and that hit Stewart. So he'll take first base. And I guess that was a popular item in the Cubs clubhouse earlier this week. I saw Jim Edmonds today with a Sean Gallagher blue Iowa Cubs t-shirt on.
They slide her down and in. Catches Stewart on the back foot, and I'll tell you, that's a nice try by Giovanni Soto. After the ball hits Stewart on the foot, Gio wants to appeal down to third base right away, just in case that check swing went too far. You see Mike Mulinski, the home plate umpire, asking, but no swing. Hey, you might as well give it a shot. What the heck?
Another lefty, Quintanilla, the shortstop, who hit his first career homer yesterday, a 2-run shot in the second off Ryan Dempster. Talked to Ryan before the game. He went just 5 innings. Lou wanted to shorten him up because his pitch count had gotten pretty high over his last several starts. He threw 93 pitches in his 5 innings. And he said he just tried to be too perfect at times instead of just being aggressive. He said really the best he was yesterday is when there were runners on base. And he kind of reminded himself to do what he had been doing really all season long, and that is being aggressive, not trying to nibble at the corners.
Ryan has so much movement on all of his pitches, no matter what he throws, whether it's the sinker, the slider, the splitter. Tremendous amount of movement. You don't have to be quite as fine when you have that kind of late movement on your pitches.
The 1-1 pitch that missed. 2-1. I just think, and it goes for position players when you talk about working at the plate, the mental aspect of it, the mechanics. There are just times where you have to remind yourself maybe not to think too much. Foul tip strike. I was talking with Michael Wirtz, who had kind of changed the grip on his slider. And it's a very subtle thing, but all of a sudden you think about it and you look at your slider. He was throwing it too hard. It was flattening out. So he tweaked the grip and pitched extremely well yesterday. So you're always making adjustments. You're always trying to freshen things up. That's why they have video, and that's why they have coaches.
Yep. But by the same token, you can take it too far and suffer what they call paralysis by analysis, where you get diminishing returns from all your analysis of your own delivery or your own swing. At some point, you just have to get back to what is natural, get in a good throwing position, get in a good hitting position, and then trust your abilities.
2-2 on the way. It's high. And now Stewart will get a head start with 2 outs and a 3-2 count. Torrealba, the catcher, would hit next. Off power playing behind the runner, who takes off, swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in the first, 2 more here in the second for Sean Gallagher. Cubs coming back on offense. It's 1-0.
You make movies, huh? I got an idea for a movie.
In Hollywood, it takes a real wise guy.
The name's Barbone. Chili Palmer. Momo.
Where do you get these names? To get in on the action.
You're a stuntman, huh? That's not bad for a guy his size.
John Travolta in a comedy about the art of closing the deal.
Friends don't hit each other. Unless they have to.
I know. Get Shorty.
Tonight at 8 on WGN America.
An important free offer for men with balding or thinning hair.
My hair looks better than what it did when I was a teenager.
I really think he looks amazing. I mean, just look at him.
Men, no diet, no exercise program, no new set of clothes can ever improve your confidence, your good looks, and the way women look at you, the way a thick, full head of your own real hair will. And now you can have it in just 4 weeks when you call Hair Club right now.
I just can't believe how much better he looks. He looks so handsome now.
Life's about having fun. It's about looking good. I mean, 80% of feeling good is looking good.
Call now for your confidential appointment. We'll give you a free hair and scalp analysis. Get the head of hair you want. Call Hair Club now.
I only wish I hadn't taken so long. That's what I'm telling you. Do it now.
Call now for our free DVD and brochure, shipped to you in a discreet plain envelope. Hair Club has the solution you want. Call now.
Call 1-800-326-3380. That's 1-800-326-3380.
Thank you, Aunt Sarah, for sending money from afar.
Send money within the U.S. with Western Union next day service for as low as $9.99.
Thanks for the birthday money, Aunt Sarah. I love it. Me too.
Western Union. You're never far apart.
WGN America. TV you can't ignore.
Cool day, but very nice. Lots of sun. When we started, it was 59 degrees. The winds out of the east at 8. And Giovanni Soto, one of our leadoff man guests, takes a strike from Ubaldo Jimenez, who took a liner off his left knee in the first inning, but he's still in there to left for Posednik. Let's meet today's Walgreens celebrity bat kids. 14-year-old Nick Pirock from Carroll Stream, Illinois. Olivia Henry, 10 years old, from Eldridge, Iowa. Having a great day at Wrigley Field thanks to Walgreens, the pharmacy of the Chicago Cubs. Go to WGNradio.com for more information on how your kids can become our Walgreens celebrity bat kids at a future game. Called strike on Jim Edmonds. Big part of that furious comeback on Friday. 3 for 4 with a homer, a double, and 3 knocked in. He did commit an error earlier and led to 3 unearned runs, but really contributed big time with a bat. A little bit of a miscommunication out there in left center. Excellent barehanded grab up here in the upper deck. We've had a couple of them here this weekend.
Another nice one-handed grab, holding a beverage, didn't spill a drop once again. Some of the greatest fielders of all fans in baseball right here at Wrigley.
Outside. 3-2 the count on Edmonds, 1 out. DeRosa to follow. A wind and the pitch. There's a deep drive by Edmonds. Back to center. And off the glove of Sullivan. Doesn't know where it is. Now he'll pick it up. Edmonds on his way to third base. He'll have a triple. First triple of the year for Jim Edmonds.
Well, very similar to the home run you were talking about the other night, Len. Just a nice, easy swing on a pitch up in the zone. The difference is the other day the wind was blowing straight out. Today the wind blowing across from right to left. Sullivan got a glove on it, thought he had the ball. You'll see him look in his glove after making this attempt up against the ivy. But the ball's laying right there at the base of the fence. Jim Edmonds never broke stride, ends up with a triple.
Infield is in. DeRosa hits one foul. Nice play by Mike Quaddy, the third base coach.
Like maybe he thought he had a homer there initially off the bat. Takes a look and sees Sullivan struggling with that ball out there in center field. Finds another gear and makes it into third base with a triple.
It was a triple short of the cycle on Friday. Holding up here as Jimenez looked it back. And throws out Mark. So it's up to Sean Gallagher with 2 outs.
Well, Sean is due. He's 0 for 6. He has put down a couple of real nice sacrifice bunts already, but what a great time for your first hit of the season here.
For 7 in his career. Swung at a bad one, strike 1. Cubs want to send out get well wishes to Zach Strauss, who suffered a couple of broken ribs but is recovering nicely. And his dad Steve says there's plenty of work he can still do while on the mend at their local Wrigleyville tavern. So get well soon, Zach. To Gallagher, and then he struck him out on a curveball. 1 out triple, no runs, 1-0 Cubs.
Turk embraces his sensitive side.
I'll nail you with the menthol, and you'll be crying like an. Ow! He's the one that needs to cry. Ow!
Next Scrubs.
Tonight at 11.
How you get to work.
isn't nearly as important as how you get away from it. Easy drinking Busch Light. Head for the mountains of Busch.
We wish you a red hot deal day. We wish you a red hot deal day. We wish you a red hot deal day. And an awesome new fall.
It's Red Hot Deal Days at Verizon Wireless. Celebrate any way you know how. Get to Verizon Wireless and get up to 50% off phones made for messaging, like the BlackBerry Curve, the LG NV2, or the Samsung Glide. And now this Moto Q9M is just $79.99. And they all come with America's most reliable wireless network, Verizon Wireless.
At the Turtle Wax Ice Ultimate Detailing Challenge, it was no contest. Turtle Wax Ice car polish. It goes on fast with no effort. And unlike conventional car waxes, there's no white residue to wipe off. And when it comes to trim, seams, plastic, and rubber, no problem.
Turtle Wax Ice, finish first.
Turtle Wax Ice car polish. Welcome to the Ice Age. Keep your car looking great in between waxing with Turtle Wax Ice Synthetic Detailer.
Becker, weeknights at 12:30 East, 9:30 West on WGN America. Keep your eyes here.
Time to have a ball with our friends at the Illinois Lottery. May 11th, 2000, Glen Allen Hill onto the rooftop across the street. For the longest home runs ever seen here at Wrigley Field. Glen Allen Hill now the first base coach for the Colorado Rockies. That's today's Have a Ball. Thanks to our friends at the Illinois Lottery.
Glen Allen Hill, the first base coach with the Rockies. Good to have him back here at Wrigley Field. 1-0 Cubs. We're in the third inning, and speaking of the Illinois Lottery, the acting superintendent of the Illinois Lottery, Jody Winnett, is with us in the booth. Jody, welcome to Wrigley Field.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
We're doing great. Huge crowd. Beautiful day for baseball. Life is good.
Life is good.
So what's going on with the Illinois Lottery this summer?
Well, the summer is always Lottery's favorite time of year. We break out all of our games, and we're everywhere that fun is happening in Chicago and across Illinois. This year we have a spectacular summer planned. With all of our games, we're giving away $275 million this summer. Wow. And we're also offering a great second chance promotion. So gather up those non-winning tickets, $30 worth, turn them in for a chance to win $1 million this summer. We're going to pick 12 second chance winners, one every week starting June 17th until the end of the summer, and those players are going to have a chance again at $1 million.
So it's called Replay for Riches.
That's right. And wouldn't everyone want a chance to replay something?
Yes. Well, as Bob always says, everybody deserves a second chance. 3-2 the count on Yorvie Torrealba. So go to IllinoisLottery.com, and again, is that where people go to enter?
That's right. They can find out all the information on IllinoisLottery.com, where to send in those non-winning tickets, and they can learn more about the 6 special scratch-offs we have this summer for the Replay for Riches summer promotion.
And people can enter more than once?
They can enter each week, but just be sure to only send in one entry per envelope. So again, 12 winners starting June 17th. So send in those non-winning tickets. Don't throw them away. And in all of our jackpot games are included, as well as the special 6 instant tickets that are all marked Replay for Riches.
Well, Jody, we'd like to thank you and your friends from the Illinois Lottery. We have a lot of fun with this during the game, finding interesting things around the ballpark, little kids having a good day at the ballpark, and we thank you for your support.
Well, and it's a great partnership that we have with WGN and the Cubs, and we love being out here. It's a great time to kick off the summer. Beautiful day. I hope the weather has turned here in Chicago.
And Jody, if you need any suggestions on what to do with unclaimed lottery money, I have a few suggestions.
Well, I have to tell you, what I always try to tell people is check those tickets. Every year, $20 million goes unclaimed.
Oh,
and,
wow.
So, in fact, we've got a Mega Millions jackpot that was won about a week ago in Dixon, Illinois, unclaimed. They're sharing $17 million. So
yeah, check those tickets as Jimenez bunts it foul. Gallagher hit Torrealba on a 3-2 pitch, so he has now plunked 2 Rockies hitters. So the drawing for the first winner will be June 20th.
June 17th.
Oh, June 17th. Sorry about that. You have to be 18 to play.
18 to play.
And go to IllinoisLottery.com or your lottery retailer.
That's right. They can give you all the details.
All right.
About where to send in those unwinning lottery tickets. $30 worth. Replay
for riches. Jody Winnett, thanks so much. We appreciate the time and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Take care.
So that's Replay for Riches. Check out IllinoisLottery.com. And we always have a ball with the Illinois Lottery. 1-2 the count on the pitcher. Jimenez still trying to lay down a bunt. And it's bunted foul. For a strikeout, that's the 5th K already for Gallagher. Watch the Cubs take on the Braves Tuesday, June 10th at 7:05. Be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 fans will get a Billy Williams number 26 Cubs cap, compliments of Gatorade. 1-0 on Scott Pasednik. So the 3 base runners the Rockies have had, Helton, who was eliminated by Soriano after he made an error. And he threw out Helton trying to get to second base. Stewart hit by a pitch in the second. Torrealba hit to start the third. And it's now 2-0 on Pasednik. Here's the pitch. Fouled away to the left. 2-1. Bob J. Bruce has hit another home run.
Oh, man.
Game winner last night, or yesterday afternoon, and he has hit his second today. Adam Dunn with his 15th, and the Reds lead the Braves 3-2. Braves with 2 in the 7th to get back in it. Ken Griffey Jr. with number 599 yesterday. Manny Ramirez hit his 500th.
And just now stepped on home plate. That was a long, slow trot around the bases for Manny.
Royals snapped a 12-game losing streak, and they lead again today after 3, 4-0 at home against Cleveland. 2-2 the count on Pasednik off the end of the bat foul. Chase Utley, as we bounce from league to league, has hit his 20th home run for the Phillies. Mike Jacobs with 2. He has 13. And the Marlins lead the Phillies 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th. That's a battle for first in the National League East. The Marlins winning yesterday, so they're a half game up. Hit hard, and DeRosa can't get it. That'll be a base hit, the first hit for the Rockies.
Take a look at that hot shot from our Southwest RoboCam. One hop line drive just to Mark DeRosa's left. Couldn't get over there quickly enough to corral that one. Hey, Pasednik's hit the ball hard in this series. And they're going to need him and everybody else that's in that lineup right now until they get some of their starting players back in that lineup.
Two on with only 1 out. The pitch to Sullivan. A little blooper foul. Just back of the Cubs bullpen. No Marmol today. He has worked in 3 straight. Kerry Wood was unavailable yesterday, but he'll be available today. But the Cubs have played so many close games here lately. And Lou's had to mix and match at the end, but the good news is those guys in the middle have done a nice job on this homestand, and he's been able to kind of push everybody back, meaning deeper into the ball game, which has been nice on occasion. Bob Howry has had an excellent second month. Michael Wirtz pitched well yesterday. Scott Air got the win a couple of days ago. Neil Kotz is back. John Lieber in long relief has pitched in 2. High in the air to center. Edmonds with the grab. 2 outs. And John wanted to wish his son Jonah happy first birthday. So happy birthday to Jonah Lieber. That's from Mom and Dad, John and Jessica. Sister Jillian, brothers Jared and Justin. A pitch to Todd Helton. Ball 1 on a fastball.
Well, and it's hard to complain too much about the way things have gone for the Cubs, and Lou and Larry have been able to kind of ham and egg it in that bullpen. One day Woody gets a day off, and then Marmol gets a day off, and then Howery gets a day off, and fortunately we've been able to patch together games with whoever's available on a given day.
And that ball landed about 2 feet from where Kosuke ended up.
It's right over against the padded wall there. Very little foul territory. Ball, as you said, just a foot or so out of play. Bottom line is it would be nice for one or more of the starters at some point in the near future to go out and go 9 innings, keep their pitch count down, and give that bullpen a full day off where you don't even have to be tempted to put somebody else in the game.
That was pulled foul, but have we seen the Todd Helton way foul smash that we had expected to see once a day?
No, not his trademark over the right shoulder line drive. He usually does one a game, but he's been quiet in this series as far as those foul line drives.
He hasn't been quiet when the ball's been put in play. He hit a home run yesterday. And pops this one foul. Back our way. Helton with a couple of home runs in the series. Rockies are happy to put May in their rearview mirror. It was a rough month. They went 9-19, including 1-11 on the road. The Cubs, meanwhile, went 18-11 in May. And that bullpen we were talking about had a 2.18 earned run average. Starters were just below 4. Team hit 286 or 32 home runs. How about this week?
Can't get any better than that. Perfect 6-0.
Edmonds should have no problem. And that's the inning. A hit batter, a single, no runs. Cubs still lead 1-0.
Why do you insist on following so closely? Is this a parade?
Enough help for one day?
Tailgating this kind
A
of
clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain is always nearby.
I don't know. It's unnerving.
Motel 6. We'll leave the light on for you.
Oh, sweetie, he wants a bite.
Okay, I'll give you a bite. You say this one little word. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Knew I should have asked him to spell it.
You can't even spell it.
They're a mouthful. The DQ Waffle Bowl Sundaes. Fudge brownie, turtle, and chocolate-covered strawberry. All in a fresh-baked waffle bowl.
What my life is like in managing my diabetes is very complicated because you're twisting and turning a lot as to what should I do first. I need to talk to this client, but I'm feeling a little dizzy. I think I better check my blood sugar. So it's that kind of back and forth that feels like a tornado sometimes.
Get a free Breeze 2 meter from Bayer today. Call 1-800-582-3131 or visit breezemeter.com.
I fell in love with the 10-test disc. The Breeze 2 is the best. It helps me with everything else in the day to just fall in line.
The Breeze 2 meter from Bayer comes with a unique, easy-to-use disc, so you only load strips every 10 tests, and you never have to code your meter to make testing simple.
I'm at one with my meter, and I have it with me all the time. I'm Suzanne Lipinski, and finding balance is my simple win.
Get your free Breeze 2 meter today. Call 1-800-582-3131 or visit breezemeter.com.
Scrubs live 7 nights a week at 11 East 8 West on WGN America.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN TV, your official summer baseball station, is brought to you by Bud Light. Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming.
Cubs trying to complete this homestand at 7-0. And they bat here in the last of the third. Gallagher got into a little bit of trouble at the top of the inning, but was able to get out of it. Jimenez against Soriano, swing and a miss. Alfonso now with 8 game-winning RBIs this year. It's tied for the major league lead. He got hit on the foot by a pitch in the 8th inning yesterday, but then was fine afterwards. In fact, he then stole a base. He's taken out for a double switch in the 9th, but it didn't have to do with his foot as he grounds out to start this half inning. Hey, podcast fans, there'll be a new Len and Bob's Baseball podcast available on WGNTV.com tomorrow morning. Just go to WGNTV.com, click on the sports header, look for the link, click, download, and enjoy. And did you know you can sign up to have a fresh Len and Bob's podcast delivered to you when a new masterpiece is recorded? Go to WGNTV.com. I'm just reading the copy.
Masterpiece. Wow.
Terrio grounds out. Have we recorded a masterpiece to this point?
Not to the best of my knowledge, but
the podcast studio one was my favorite.
Just to keep you updated, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission has completed their investigation into our studios and the incredible amount of power it takes to put that podcast on the air every week, and should be up and running again shortly.
Is that kind of like a physical when you get traded?
A lot like that, yeah.
Podcast physical.
I mean, with all the money we've spent on furnishings and amenities at the podcast studios, it would be a shame for some kind of a nuclear meltdown to ruin the whole thing. So,
can a studio turn its head and cough? There's Hoffpower. Broke his bat.
Zit.
Maybe a one-hopper. Atkins will throw him out as Quintanilla was right in his way. 1-2-3 go the Cubs. They lead 1-0.
Justice room, wall-to-wall in teal.
Exactly. And if you got a little extra carpet lying around, there might be a little something extra. For you, honey.
I'll see what I have.
Hey, you're home early. What do you think?
Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming.
Very easy, honey. We wish you an ideal day. We wish you an ideal day. We wish you an ideal day. And an awesome new fall.
It's Red Hot Deal Days at Verizon Wireless. Celebrate any way you know how. Get to Verizon Wireless and get up to 50% off phones made for messaging, like the BlackBerry Curve, the LG NV2, or the Samsung Glide. And now this Moto Q9M is just $79.99. And they all come with America's most reliable wireless network, Verizon Wireless.
I love our fans. I think we have the best fans in the country. They've built a relationship with us from day one. They've opened their arms and welcomed us. I think Houston is perfect for soccer. It is so diverse. Everybody's there having a good time. You can really feel the energy. There's nothing that gives me greater joy than to see the expression on the fans' faces when we score a goal. It's pure excitement. It's what we play for. It's something that I think everybody should experience. I'm Brian Ching from the Houston Dynamo, and this is my Houston.
It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be yourself because you are you. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to release your powerful power. 'Cause it feels good.
Here in the fourth as Atkins takes a strike from Sean Gallagher. Gallagher trying to improve to 3-1. Cubs will hit the road tomorrow night. They'll be in San Diego. Carlos Zambrano for the Cubs and TBD for the Padres. Another injury for their starting rotation. Sean Estes fractured his left thumb going from the clubhouse to the dugout in San Francisco. And you know, Bob, there are some stairs. I guess he slipped and braced himself as he was going down the steps. Ended up with a broken thumb. They're already without Jake Peavy and Chris Young. Chow Sung Beck, I guess, will start, a right-hander filling in for Estes.
And that's something that in the past has given the Cubs offense problems, facing pitchers that they were not familiar with, didn't have a real good book, didn't have a real good advance report on. Hasn't seemed to be as much of a problem this year.
Estes beat the Cubs here at Wrigley Field earlier this season. That's a roller up the middle and a base hit. So Atkins snaps his offer. His first hit in his last 16 at bats. Time for our AT&T text poll question. June 1st, been a great couple of months of baseball. Today we asked, which Cub had the best month of May? You can text to 97999. A for Alfonso Soriano with a huge month, 29 RBIs, 10 home runs. Carlos Zambrano went 3-0. Kerry Wood with 11 saves. Carlos Marmol 31 strikeouts. And then Lou Pinella for the Cubs winning 18 games. So A for Soriano, B for Zambrano, C for Wood, D for Marmol, E for Pinella. Text your response to 97999. We'll give you the results later. The poll is brought to you by the new AT&T. See what's new at the new AT&T. Visit att.com for details. Fair ball as Seth Smith will send Atkins all the way to third, and now Kosuke with a little trouble down there in right. Mike Gallego was going to send Atkins and then held him up.
A good recovery after initially fanning on that ball out in right field. It looked like Kosuke wanted to pick that ball up barehanded and fire to second base and have a play on Seth Smith. That Karam comes off the bullpen wall right there, and Kosuke looking to make a barehanded throw to second, but able to recover, get the ball back into the infield quickly enough to hold that runner at third.
Best chance by far for the Rockies, second and third. No outs. Here's Stewart. He was hit by a pitch his first time. Outside, ball one. Rough day yesterday for Ian Stewart. He went 0 for 3 and struck out all 3 times. He played his normal position third yesterday. He's back at second today. Rockies are very banged up.
We talked about the opportunity for some of the players who are getting regular playing time now for the Rockies with the absence of Hop and Holiday and Tulowitzki. And sometimes you can change your spot on the totem pole in the organization by what you do in these situations.
Well, it has been a revolving door at second base. Shortstop position, Tulowitzki and Barmas both on the DL. That's why Quintanilla is playing every day. Corner out outfielders are out, Holiday and Hop.
Boy, not only their presence on the field and what those guys are capable of doing offensively and defensively, but the leadership they bring to a ball club. I mean, those guys we mentioned that are on the DL for the Rockies, those are their go-to guys. Those are the guys when things start to come apart a little bit, their teammates look to them to do something to snap the team out of it. And unfortunately for the Rockies right now, they just don't have their leaders other than Todd Helton in the lineup.
Gallagher trying to put away Stewart, but he cannot. That's a base hit to right. And the Rockies have tied it. Kosuke up and firing. It's cut off by Hoffpower. That's an RBI single for Ian Stewart. 3 straight hits to start the inning. Atkins scores. Smith now at third. They're at the corners.
It's a hard ground ball through that right side, middle of the plate fastball. Gallagher got away with some of those first time through the lineup from our Southwest RoboCam. You see Stewart splitting the infielders on that right side for an RBI. Some words of encouragement from the veteran Mark DeRosa coming in from his position at second base.
Hey, Cubs fans, we want to remind you that you can get official Cubs text and video alerts on your mobile phone. Text Get Cubs to 65246. Quintanilla struck out in the second. Ramirez is in. Hoffpower holding the runner at first. They're in double play depth up the middle. 1-0 to count. Gallagher's already just 1 strikeout away from tying his career high. It hasn't been a long career. This is just his 15th career appearance and 5th start. But with 5 strikeouts, he's 1 away from his career best of 6 back on May 11th against Arizona. Faked to third, and Stewart wasn't buying it at first. Slicing drive foul. The Rockies have not yet taken a lead, but they've had a lead in the first 3 games. The Cubs' last 5 wins have all been comeback wins. So you're starting to see a pattern here. At some point, the Cubs seem to get behind and then storm back. Gallagher's trying to avoid that scenario today. He'd like to keep the Rockies right at 1, but right now no outs and 2 on. Soriano comes over near the line. Smith will tag. Here comes a throw toward the plate. Almost got him. I think the throw might have actually hit the helmet of Smith. Popped out of the mitt of Soto, but a good effort there by Soriano. It will be a sacrifice fly for Quintanilla, and the Rockies now do lead 2-1.
Well, that was a nice effort. I thought that ball was too deep to have a play at home plate, but Soriano gets rid of it quickly, plays that tailing throw just inside the third baseline, coming right back to the dish, and it looked like it deflected off the hand of the runner as he went into his slide. Soto trying to hold his ground, block the plate, catch the ball all at the same time, but unfortunately it hit the Rocky runner and got away.
So 2-1 for the visitors. And Sean Gallagher having a similar outing to Ryan Dempster. A high pitch count, 80 pitches, and only 1 out here in the 4th. He has Torrealba 0-2.
That's an unfortunate byproduct of racking up some strikeouts early in the ball game. I mean, obviously, you have to throw at least 3 pitches to strike a hitter out, as opposed to popping a first pitch sinker in there and getting a ground ball right at one of your infielders.
Foul tip strikeout, number 6 for Gallagher.
But just some old country hardball right here. Rear back and throw a 4-seam fastball as hard as you can towards the outside part of the plate. And it blows it right by the Rockies catcher.
Terrio up with it. And he'll have to throw to first as DeRosa was knocked to second base. The Rockies get the lead with a couple of runs, and they now lead 2-1.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Every sip gets you closer to Justin Timberlake MP3s.
Hey.
Hey to you. HD TVs, millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Get Pepsi Stuff points on specially marked Pepsi or Diet Pepsi 24-ounce 6-packs for a free Amazon MP3 music download.
Charcoal invites you to slow down with new KC Masterpiece Sweet and Tangy Barbecue Sauce.
With most car insurance companies, when you have an accident, you have to run around town to get estimates, track down a rental car, and then you have to keep calling to see if your car is ready. With Progressive, just go to their concierge center. Give them a call, drop off your car, and they give you a rental. Progressive even guarantees the work.
Taking care of everything for you. And that's Progressive. Call or click today.
He was a great Cubs fan and a great man. Now a chance to honor him and raise money for a good cause. Remembering Randy is an event in the name of former WGN and CBS 2 news anchor Randy Salerno. July 18th, join us for a celebrity golf tournament, live auction, and evening Caribbean-themed party concert. Log on to rememberingrandy.org or call 815-459-1123 for tickets. Two-1 Rockies. We're in the last of the fourth. A strike on Aramis Ramirez. Ubaldo Jimenez has pitched well since the first inning when he took a rocket off his left knee. Did give up a run in that frame. Allowed a triple in the second with 1 out. But has sent down the last 5 straight. Blue base hit for Ramirez. So Aramis, who knocked in that run in the first, is now 2 for 2.
Sounded like he lost a bat in the process. Got it right out off the end of the bat, but just enough to get over the shortstop's head into center. Keeping with that theme that you've talked about throughout this homestand. Hit them soft, you get some knocks. You hit them hard, you make outs.
That has happened a lot. Kosuke took a strike, thought about laying down a bunt. And everybody playing back. Well, the way things have gone for Ubaldo Jimenez, he probably shouldn't expect much more run support. They've averaged just 3.5 runs, 3.53 in support while he's been on the hill, 6th lowest among all National League starters. He's 2nd in the league, 4th in the majors in ground ball to fly ball ratio, 2.63. And he went 1-2-3 in the 3rd inning, and all the outs were on the ground.
When you throw a sinking fastball in the low to mid 90s, you'll tend to get a lot of ground balls. That's his signature pitch, that heavy sinker. Also throws a sharp breaking slider, a straight changeup, and he's been trying to incorporate more slow breaking balls into his arsenal.
Inside. 1-2 on Kosuke. The Rockies have dropped all 7 of Jimenez's, easy for me to say, road starts. He is 0-4 with a .695 on the road. Swing and a miss. He spins around Fukudome. Hey, Cubs fans, don't forget to check out our WGN baseball blog on WGNTV.com. Click on the sports link and look for Len and Bob's baseball blog. On the blog today, Bob has a post about the Cubs' quiet swagger. We have a post on this successful homestand, game notes from our friends at Stats, and interviews from this week as well. Once again, WGNTV.com. Also a link to the updated podcast, and it will be fresh tomorrow. Home run swing by Soto.
That's that slow breaking ball I talked about just a moment ago. That's a pitch he's been using more and more often as the season has progressed. The book on Jimenez, as I mentioned, that power sinker, try to make him get the ball up, and you've got to start that bat a little early when he's throwing his best sinker around 94, 95 miles an hour, so you become susceptible to that slow breaking ball. Had a couple good starts in the postseason last year in the Division Series and in the National League Championship Series. Like just about everybody else in the postseason last year, however, he bumped up against it when he faced the Red Sox.
He was 0-1 with a .225 in the playoffs last year. The loss was in Game 2 of the World Series. Pitched well in a no decision against Arizona on the final day of the regular season. That helped Colorado force a 1-game playoff for the wild card, which they won over the Padres. 3-1 now. Speaking of that swagger that you write about, we sit here and we talk about chemistry, whether that leads to winning or the other way around. I think the swagger comes from success, don't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, the Rockies, for instance, they've lost 11 in a row on the road. You have to think their confidence is a bit shaken. It's tough to have a swagger when you're not winning. But the Cubs, on the other hand, they're 25-8 at home.
And especially when you win games coming from behind late. You go into every ball game and you never feel like you're out of it. You never panic when you fall behind by a couple of runs early in the game because you've had recent history to rely on. Well, we can come back from this. We did it yesterday. We did it 2 days ago. But when you're on the other side of that coin and it seems like every day games are slipping away, you fall into that rut of here we go again. Here we go again.
Low and away, ball 4. First walk given up by Jimenez. And big happy birthday wishes to the Cubs ace, Carlos Zambrano, turning 27 today. 27. No wonder he's smiling.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's the ace of the team with the best record in baseball. Last season signed a huge contract.
And he knows he's going to get 4 at-bats tomorrow night.
That's right.
That probably makes him happier than anything else.
Two on here for Edmonds. Tripled in the second, was stranded there. Came in hitting .214 with the Cubs in 10 games. I'd like to give a shout out to a former Chicago resident, Jessica Nelson, watching the game at home in Los Angeles, California today. Happy 23rd birthday to Kelly Loomis, big Cubs fan in Pittsburgh. Driven the other way. Pasetnik twisting and turning, can't get it. Ramirez will easily score. Soto's going to slide in at third base. And Jim Edmonds heating up. A triple and a double. He's trying to get his swagger back after a very slow start with the Padres. And we've seen some better swings here the last couple of days as a Chicago Cub.
He went back to something he was doing earlier in his career, eliminating the stride from his approach at the plate. Really spread out, just trying to concentrate on seeing the ball, letting it travel a little bit deeper, and that time roped one to left field for an RBI double. Well, I'll tell you what, Len, I was down by the cage this morning, and Jim Edmonds might have had one of the ugliest rounds of batting practice I've ever seen. He took 8 swings and didn't hit a ball out of the cage. Gerald Perry, the hitting coach for the Cubs, was standing behind the cage laughing. Jim Edmonds came out of the cage laughing. It's all part of the process. Your batting practice really has very little to do with what you do during the course of the ball game, but it was ugly. Ew. I told him it's a good thing they don't put BP numbers on your bubblegum card.
Tied it up 2-2. Scott Air is up. We talked about the pitch count earlier for Sean Gallagher.
Well, what this will do, just the fact that the Cubs have a relief pitcher up in the bullpen will force them to give DeRosa something to hit here. At least you would think so. When you see that relief pitcher warming up in the bullpen, the first thought that goes through the mind of the opposing manager is they're going to hit for the pitcher in this spot. Now, they may go ahead and pitch around DeRosa anyway and set up a double play regardless of who the pinch hitter is, but it just plants that seed of doubt.
Outside corner. DeRosa didn't love that call by Mike Mulinski.
That's a good late movement that Jimenez can have when he's around the strike zone. You see how that ball tailed back to the corner. May have never really been in the strike zone until it got into Torey Alba's glove.
Everybody in on the infield. A bouncer to second base. Knocked down there by Stewart. And the Cubs will get the go-ahead run. Nicely done by Giovanni Soto. Stewart kept it in front of him, but he knocked it too far away. And it's now 3-2.
Inside out swing by DeRosa. Yeah, Stewart just tried to keep that ball in front and make sure the Cubs didn't score a run, and in his effort to do that, he knocked it so far away that Giovanni Soto was able to start late for home plate and still score.
That's an error on Stewart. No RBI for DeRosa. Now with the Cubs leading, Scott Air will sit down and Gallagher will take his at bat. Sean has thrown 83 pitches through 4, and he'll get a chance to win it by pitching the 5th. Edmonds is at third, and Gallagher will try to move DeRosa into scoring position. Here's a pitch, bunted foul.
And keep in mind too, we were talking about the possibility of hitting for Sean Gallagher's spot here in this inning. Lou Pinella has Derek Lee available off the bench today. What a nice weapon to have in your back pocket.
There's the bunt by Gallagher. And Helton will just apply the tag in lieu of making a throw. While we have a second, let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
Rewind your mind as WGN America presents Out of Sight Retro Nights. Flash back to the 70s, starting Monday at 8.
Well, the Cubs trailed briefly 2-1, but they've added 2 of their own and now have a 3-2 advantage. Bob Apodaca, the Rockies pitching coach, is out to chat with his starter, Ubaldo Jimenez.
As streaky as Alfonso Soriano can be, he commands this kind of respect with a base open right here. Pitching coach Bob Apodaca wanted to go out and talk to Jimenez just to make sure they knew exactly what they're going to do. Are we going to try to get him out? Are we going to try to pitch around him? Do we want to walk him intentionally? And they came up with their answer, and now they're going to go to work.
Set the runners for you. Edmonds at third. DeRosa's now at second base. And Soriano looking to start June and keep it going after a big month of May. Off to an 0-for-2 start. He hit .345 in May with 10 homers and 29 RBIs. He'll get a lot of votes for the player of the month in the National League. I don't have in front of me what Lance Berkman's numbers ended up being, but I'm sure they were pretty impressive for Houston. Can't ever count out Chipper Jones. He's hitting .413.
That's a figure he had a good month.
I would think so. Smith coming in and over, and he has it. So 1 earned, 1 unearned as the Cubs have the lead again. It's now 3-2.
Is it real? Well, some say there are 2 of them, each 1,000 feet long. Once a year they come out for 4 days and 3 nights. Is it real? I hope so.
Oh, it's real. The Bud Light Party Cruise. 2 ships, 1 legendary time.
Oh, sweetie, he wants a bite.
Okay, I'll give you a bite. You say this one little word. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
You know, I should have asked him to spell it.
You can't even spell it.
They're a mouthful. The DQ Waffle Bowl Sundays. Fudge brownie, turtle, and chocolate-covered strawberry. All in a fresh-baked waffle bowl.
I love to ride the open road, but diabetes complicates my life. The most difficult part of riding with the diabetes is trying to find food on the road. It's like having an anchor permanently tied to your leg. When I pack for my motorcycle trips, I always carry my meter. It's the size of a small cell phone, fits in a little bag, and it's real easy to carry and don't have to worry about it.
Get a free Breeze 2 meter from Bayer today. Call 1-800-480-7500 or visit breezemeter.com.
My cousin and I were planning a trip to Alaska. It was about a 10,000-mile trip, so, you know, the less stuff you can carry, the better.
The Breeze 2 meter from Bayer comes with a unique, easy-to-use disc, so you only load strips every 10 tests, and you never have to code your meter to make testing simple.
I'm not going to let diabetes beat me down to where I have to stay in one place. I just kind of go where I want to go. I'm Brad Nance, and 10,000 miles is my simple win.
Get your free Breeze 2 meter today. Call 1-800-480-7500 or visit breezemeter.com.
Underway in the 5th, Sean Gallagher needs to get these 3 outs to qualify for the victory. He's 0-2 on Scott Pasednik. We're in June and the weather heating up, so are the Cubs. Gobbled up by Ramirez. Throw to first in time. Hey, Parrot Heads. Jimmy Buffett's coming back to the Chicago area July 24th, headlining in Bridgeview, Illinois, along with the Coral Reefer Band, presented by Land Shark Lager. Tickets are available now at livenation.com. Jimmy Buffett, presented by Land Shark Lager. Let the fin begin. Some nice moves over there.
Yeah, makes you want to take off your shoes and dance in the sand, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Or on a rooftop.
Yeah.
Check swing by Sullivan. And he went too far, 0-2. Jimmy Buffett is a huge Cubs fan. I'm sure he'll be here a few times throughout the season. Jimmy Buffett was included in Cubs Forever. One-two pitch. And it's sliced foul. So Jimmy Buffett has said if the Cubs win it all, he'll play for Cubs fans for free.
That would have to be one massive venue to play a free concert by Jimmy Buffett after the Cubs win the World Series. You kidding me? Have to play at the Grand Canyon.
Hoping they're all zeros next year. 2-2 on Sullivan. Todd Helton likes to get as close to the batter's box as he can. He's not ever really in the on-deck circle. As DeRosa will throw out Sullivan. Todd Helton standing almost between the on-deck circle and home plate. He used to stand almost behind home plate.
Yeah, he used to come down the warning track more toward the backstop, trying to get behind the umpire and catcher to get as good a view of the movement on the pitches as he could before he got in that batter's box.
Off the plate inside. Well, welcome home to twin brothers Joey and Jake Pacini. They were born prematurely. And a blue base hit for Helton to keep the Rockies inning alive. Proud new parents Chris and Stacy Pacini are happy to have the whole family at home rooting on the Cubs. Garrett Atkins struck out, singled, and has scored a run. Roller to Ramirez, who gloves, throws, and gets Atkins to end the inning. So Gallagher can qualify now for his third win. Long way to go, though. 3-2 Cubs.
Hey, everybody, check this out. Who wants white meat?
Tradition meets innovation. Lockable in-bed trunk on the Ridgeline, built by Honda.
This is a photo of our first Lumber Liquidator store. We didn't have a fancy showroom or an expensive location. Our goal was simply to provide great hardwood flooring at the best possible prices anywhere. Today, as the largest direct retailer of hardwood flooring, we're still not fancy and a bit out of the way, but we continue to have the best hardwood flooring at incredible prices.
2 1/4 inch solid oak utility grade flooring, only 99 cents a square foot. Supreme pre-finished horizontal natural bamboo, just $1.99 a square foot.
Visit your local Lumber Liquidators or lumberliquidators.com.
Today for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card from American Express and start earning double miles in more places more often. Apply now and get up to 20,000 bonus miles. With award tickets starting at just 25,000 miles, you can fly free sooner. Plus, the annual fee is waived for the first year. Call 1-877-369-AMEX. for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card and earn 2 miles for every eligible dollar you spend for even faster travel awards on Delta and 15 airline partners. Take advantage of this great offer today and get 20,000 miles closer to a free trip. Plus, enjoy the card with no annual fee for the first year. Call 1-877-369-AMEX now.
Reno 911, Friday night at 1 East, 10 West on WGN America.
Ryan Theriot leading off the Cubs' 5th. 1 ball, no strikes. 3-2 Cubs. They have now led twice, 1-0 and now 3-2. Got the lead on an unearned run.
That's something else the Cubs have done extremely well over the last 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. Take advantage of the opponent's mistakes, whether it be the inability to turn a double play or walking a batter after being ahead in the count 0-2. Cubs seem to be able to find a way to get that guy on base, get him around, and get him on the plate.
Off power in for Derek Lee today, and not only playing first, but Lou put him in the 3 spot in the lineup. 3-2 on Theriot. If the Cubs win this one, they'll improve to 26-8 at home. The last Cubs team to have that good a start. The first 48 at home, 1918.
Dust off some record books to find these numbers you're coming up with lately. I'm impressed.
I'm not coming up with them. I'm just relaying them. Shot toward right center. Sliding attempt, but a trap by Smith. Good effort, but he didn't catch it. Theriot has a single.
The wind not much of a factor right now in the ball game. Appears to be blowing in from right center field. Might have helped knock that slicing line drive down. Smith took a very deep line for that ball. There's been a couple balls hit deep to right field in this series. So we mentioned the Rockies outfielders have been playing way back in this series, and that time Theriot able to take advantage and dunk one in front of the Rockies right fielder.
Smith with a nice sliding catch in the first inning yesterday, after which he tripped over the bullpen mound. And that was a play on which Brian O'Nora, who was the first base umpire, injured his hamstring. Going out to make sure that Smith made the catch, and he did. That 1918 club went 84 and 45 on the National League pennant. Smith coming over again. Not going to get there. Good job by Theriot to read it. On his way to third, and he slides in. Ryan took an educated guess that that ball was going to drop down. And because of that, he was able to advance 2 bases, not just 1.
We talk about it all the time. Part of your job as a runner is to know where all the defenders are, know which direction the wind is blowing, know where the sun field is. And that time, as you said, Ryan Theriot put all that in the computer and figured it was safe to go ahead and advance, and he's able to make it all the way to third base. And another ball that drops in front of a very deep Rockies outfielder.
Now you have Ramirez, Fukudome, and Soto coming up. First and third, no outs. Cubs already lead by a run. And kicks away, and Hoffpower will go to second. Theriot holding at third.
Good read that time by Michael Hoffpower down at first base. Saw that breaking ball headed for the dirt. Even if that ball pops right out in front of your Torrealba, that's a good gamble as the runner at first base. From our Southwest RoboCam, you'll see how quickly Micah Hoffpower broke for second base. Because Terrio was coming down the line at third as well, and if Torrealba throws the ball to second base, there's a chance Terrio could try to sneak home.
Torrealba, the catcher, asked for time. And the Rockies will concede a run if they can get a ground ball out. They're trying to avoid a crooked number. Inside, they moved Ramirez out of the way. 2-0.
Tailing fastball. Jimenez just overthrew that one, ran up and into Rami. And now with the 2-0 count, this pitch is close to the strike zone. Watch this home run swing. Nowhere near. Yeah, I'm not usually a big advocate of the 3-0 swing away, but I think with the Ramos Ramirez at the plate, given his eye for the strike zone, I think Lou might give him the green light right here. And the Rockies are not even going to give him an opportunity. You put an opposing pitcher in a situation where he has to throw 3 strikes to one of the most dangerous hitters in the National League, and you're going to come up on the wrong end of that one.
Bases loaded, no outs. Let's check out the Honda Accord game summary. Visit your Honda dealer and test drive the all-new 268 horsepower Accord V6. Rockies with another lead. They have led in every game in this series. But the Cubs getting 2 back in the bottom of the 4th. And we're in the bottom of the 5th. And there are 3 on with no outs for Kosuke.
The fans are on their feet. Kosuke Fukudome struck out twice in this ball game. But in anticipation of a big at-bat in the game, they're all on their feet. Good rip at a first pitch fastball. You know, I think back to spring training, Len, and Kosuke was saying that the one thing he was really having trouble with was facing pitchers that had a lot of movement on their fastball. And that's the case with Jimenez today. He's had a couple of at-bats where he hasn't looked his normal self up there at the plate.
Terrio, Hoffpower, Ramirez third to first. Outside, 1-1. Good heat from Jimenez at 96. I would say it's only taken 2 months, and he's one of the most popular Cubs, but it actually took 9 innings. He hit a game-tying 3-run homer on opening day off Eric Gagne. A 1-2, blowing in. Soto on deck. Cubs leading the majors in runs. It's been that way for a while. 2-2. Kosuke has now fanned all 3 times.
Well, that
really tough day for him.
Yeah, that power tailing sinker that Jimenez features out there on the mound is not a good combination for Kosuke's bail and wail approach up there at the plate. Leaning out of the batter's box as he starts his swing, and that pitch constantly tailing away, and he's had trouble making contact today.
Well, the strikeout wasn't good, but it was better than a double play. Still only 1 out for Soto. Now the Rockies would like to turn that double play and get out of it. Popped out of the mid of Torrealba. I think Soto got a piece of it, and I say that because the home plate umpire Mulinski gave Torrealba a new baseball before he even picked up the other one.
Well, there's no doubt Giovanni Soto likes to pull the ball if possible. If he gets something from the middle of the plate in, he looks to hit it with authority to left field. But we've seen in this homestand, especially with 2 strikes, he's willing to go the other way. Big pull swing right there, comes up empty. See if he shortens up here and tries to hit the ball the opposite field.
Jimenez ready for an 0-2 pitch. And we'll do it again, and I got a big piece of Torrealba.
Well, Len, you're going to have to handle this one. I can't watch. Looked like it got him on the toe. Oh, oh man. Anywhere but there. I don't care. I'd rather get hit on any other body part than the big toe.
Even that area?
Oh, any area. Everything else will pass given time. That toe shot is going to hurt him for a couple of weeks.
I believe you. Swing and a miss. Jimenez has come up with some huge pitches, missing a lot of bats against Fukudome and Soto. But here's the hottest Cub today, Jim Edmonds.
Yeah, Jimenez has made some of his best pitches here in this jam. He's been able to keep that sinker down, that slider right there, down and off the outside corner of the plate from our Southwest RoboCam. Giovanni Soto, who's been an RBI machine the first couple months of this season, comes up empty.
Well, a couple of days ago, Jim Edmonds said he still felt a little bit like he was wearing red and white out in center field in terms of his relationship with the fans in the bleachers, but that's slowly turning.
Well, he can definitely speed that process up with another extra base hit right here.
The pitch to Edmonds, strike one, outside corner. He's heating up at the right time, as the Cubs will end up going to San Diego. That's where he started the season. You know, he'd really like to hurt his former team. 0-1 pitch, 1-1. This is a big inning for both teams. For the Cubs, they're trying to break it wide open. For the Rockies, they're just trying to hang in there. Right now, down a run. Rosa watches from near the on-deck circle. Edmonds is not afraid to work a deep count. He knows Jimenez doesn't want to go 3-1. Kick in the pitch. He's done just that.
Well, 2 outs in the inning. This should be a 1-pitch in 1-zone situation for Jim Edmonds. Look for whatever pitch it is you want to hit right there. And if you don't get it, go ahead and take it, even if it's strike 2. Now you have the runners in motion on the full count 2-out situation.
The 3-1 pitch, ball 4. He's forced in a run to make it 4-2. Edmonds with his second RBI of the day, and has now gotten on all 3 times.
Some quick activity in that Cubs bullpen again with that pitcher spot due up next. And as you said, if there's an opportunity to blow this game wide open, Lou will not hesitate to go to that bench and send a pinch hitter up there.
Scott Air is up for the second time.
And it shouldn't take him long to get ready. He was loose before. Probably just take him a couple of throws and he'll be ready to go.
He probably gets ready as fast as any Cubs reliever. Ground ball. And the throw's going to go to third. A nice play by Quintanilla. That was going to be a very tough play at first base. Edmonds took the 2-out bases loaded walk to add on. The Cubs now lead by 2.
You make movies, huh? I got an idea for a movie.
In Hollywood, it takes a real wise guy.
The name's Barboni. Chili Palmer. Momo.
Where do you get these names? To get in on the action. John Travolta.
Friends don't hit each other. Unless they have to.
Get Shorty.
Tonight at 8 on WGN America.
Bud Light is brewed to give you everything you want in a beer. Never-ending refreshment, superior drinkability, and now, X-Ray Vision. X-Ray Vision no longer available in Bud Light.
Let's go somewhere else.
The superior drinkability, however, remains.
Bud Light keeps it coming.
Hey, we landed.
In the middle of the road. Hop in, there's room.
There's one thing. We're in nudist.
Wow.
Ugh.
Rear view camera. Ride ready. The new Pilot, only from Honda.
Hi, welcome to Progressive.com.
Honey, what's all this?
Insurance?
Progressive motorcycle insurance.
Yeah.
RV insurance?
Uh-huh.
Boat insurance. But we don't have any of those things.
Well, actually, I do. We do. We do.
Surprise! Let's bag these up.
Saving you money so you can buy more toys. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Here's another look at our AT&T text poll question. Last chance to vote for which Cub had the best month of May in your opinion. A lot of good choices.
Yeah, there's a lot of good choices that aren't even on that list. Like a Hoffpauer in limited playing time has made an impact on this ball club. Kosuke's made some unbelievable defensive plays out there in right field to save runs. And that's what it takes to have the kind of month that the Cubs are having. You need contributions from everybody.
Ryan Dempster, Bob Howry, Ted Lilly, who had a rough last start of the month, but did not lose in the month of May. Air joined by Wirtz. Gallagher was close to being removed twice, but he's still in there here in the 6th inning, and this will pretty much be his last inning. He's over 100 pitches. Fouled off by Smith.
We mentioned in that 7-inning outing against the Dodgers, he threw 111 pitches.
Two is inside, almost hit Smith. He's already hit 2 batters today. Stewart was one of them back in the 2nd. Got him, called strike 3 on the payoff pitch. New career high, 7 strikeouts.
But when you can stand a hitter up on the previous pitch and push him off the plate and then come back and paint the outside corner like this, you're going to get a lot of called third strikes. Nice sequence right there.
One and nothing on Ian Stewart. Make it 2-0. Gallagher was born in Boston, went to high school in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And the Cubs took him in the 12th round of the 2004 draft. He's 3-0 on Stewart. He has not walked a batter. Three and one.
You know, Lou would love to get Sean Gallagher through this top half of the 6th inning. His spot is scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Would make it very easy to let him finish the inning. Pinch hit for his spot.
Pitch. Move it up here in the press box. I'm not sure which booth.
The Hall of Famer made a play over there.
I think you're right. Swing and a miss, strike three. Good segue. Billy Williams with the catch of the foul ball. Watch the Cubs take on the Braves Tuesday, June 10th at 7:05. Be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 fans will get a Billy Williams number 26 Cubs cap, compliments of Gatorade. Quintanilla drives it deep to left center. Edmonds reaches up, can't get it. That ball was smoked by Quintanilla. He'll end up with a double.
Quintanilla has surprising power. Hit a home run in the ball game yesterday. You wouldn't expect it looking at his frame. He's only listed at 5'9", but 190 pounds. Had a fastball belt high over the heart of the plate and drove it over Jim Edmonds' head all the way to the wall in left center field. We talk about how shallow Jim Edmonds plays to take away those little bloopers that fall in front, and that time Quintanilla took advantage and hit it over his head.
So Lou chatting with Mike Mulinski.
I guess it'll be a double switch with Fontenot coming in to play second base since Mark DeRosa made the last out of the bottom half of the 5th.
It was a long conversation. We'll be talking about what each guy did for dinner last night, as Michael Wirtz will come in as part of a double switch. 4-2 Cubs.
Auto insurance wasn't something I used to get animated about until I switched to Esurance.
Paul is an actual Esurance customer. Here we go, Paul.
With competitive rates and quote-by-print convenience, Esurance makes it easy to save time and money on car insurance.
And don't forget, if you ever run into any trouble, special agents are here to help you 24/7.
Who knew I could be so drawn to my auto insurance company?
Take a fresh look at your auto insurance. Get your quote from Esurance today.
Today for the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card from American Express and start earning double miles in more places more often. Apply now and get up to 20,000 bonus miles. With award tickets starting at just 25,000 miles, you can fly free sooner. Plus, the annual fee is waived for the first year. Call 1-877-369-AMEX. For the Gold Delta Sky Miles credit card and earn 2 miles for every eligible dollar you spend for even faster travel awards on Delta and 15 airline partners. Take advantage of this great offer today and get 20,000 miles closer to a free trip. Plus, enjoy the card with no annual fee for the first year. Call 1-877-369-AMEX now.
Nice applause for the rookie right-hander Sean Gallagher. 5 2/3 innings and leaves with the lead. And now Lou is out there talking with the crew chief Jerry Crawford along with the home plate umpire Mulinski.
Not sure what that was all about. Seemed to be a very calm unexpected conversation. No hats being thrown, no dirt being kicked.
Mark DeRosa made the final out of the 5th, so he's out of the game. Fontenot in, and he'll hit 9th. And here's Michael Wirtz facing the catcher, Yorvi Torrealba.
A couple of hit batsmen in this game for Sean Gallagher, but no walks.
Quintanilla, the runner at second. Tying run at the plate. Slider missed. Michael's slider recently had gotten up around 87 miles an hour. That's a little too hard. Now you might say, well, wouldn't you want to throw all of your pitches as hard as you possibly can? Not necessarily. Right center field, and Edmonds will have to go get it. As Quintanilla will score. Torrealba at second base. It's now 4-3. That run will be charged to the starter Gallagher. Now he felt like the slider was flattening out a little bit, and is now holding the ball a little deeper in his hand. Let's see what this was. That was a slider, and I think it was at 87. You see, it was not quite as tight as his best slider.
Now sometimes the added velocity will cause you to lose some of the movement on that pitch. We're used to seeing Michael Wirtz throw that good slider when he's at his best. It has a lot more downward movement than lateral movement, and that time the ball just kind of spun up there. A little wink of a break right at the very end, but Torrealba roped it into the gap.
Spielborg's bats for the pitcher Jimenez. So both teams now dipping into the bullpen. Kick in a 1-0. It's low. 2-0. Bunch of lefties next, and that's why Scott Air is ready in the Cubs pen.
I'll tell you, Len, you really have to tip your cap to Ubaldo Jimenez today for staying in this game and pitching after taking that line drive off his left kneecap way back in the first inning. He wasn't at his best today, but he did give his skipper 5 innings.
Two-out rally by the Rockies after the first 2 hitters of this inning struck out. 3-2.
Borderline slider on the outside corner. Spielborgs didn't think it was a strike. Michael Wirtz and Giovanni Soto are glad it was called a strike.
Jimenez watching, hoping his teammates can at least tie it here. Wirtz trying to get out of the inning with limited damage. 3-2. And he walks Spielborgs, and that'll bring up Posednik, and will probably bring out Lou. Here he comes. So another pitching change. Scott Air is on. We'll be back.
Just this room, wall-to-wall in teal.
Exactly. And you know, if you got a little extra carpet lying around, there might be a little something extra for you.
I'll see what I have.
Hey, you're home early. What do you think?
Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming.
Very easy, honey.
That's me, Dr. John Dorian. My friends call me JD. Look what I confiscated from one of the kids in pediatrics.
Ow!
What, too hot?
Yeah!
I'm an intern at a hospital that could use a little therapy.
They're doing a breast reduction on 3, and I want to get up there and try and stop it.
In fact, sometimes things around here are so strange, they could make a TV show about it.
There's no beer. Oh, we get a few. Newsflash, you can't drink and then come to work. You're not airline pilots.
They could call it Scrubs.
I'm no Superman.
Nah, my job is right here.
Sorry, if that gets infected, I'm a doctor.
Saving lives at Sacred Heart.
Is anybody else a doctor?
What's going on down there?
Scrubs, 7 nights a week at 11 East, 8 West.
Time for today's Bud Light Fan Cam, where it's been nothing but good times at Wrigley. Good Times by Chic. Good to the last drop. Going back to the disco days, Len. I know you love disco. Chic Good Times. That's today's Bud Light Fan Cam. Bud Light keeps it coming.
That's a great tune. Willie Taveras batting for Scott Pasetnik. Left-hander Scott Air with his 9th appearance. First and second, a run in for the Rockies. Torrealba's at second. Spilborg's at first. Inside. Now the bullpen yesterday really did the job. Wirtz worked a 1-2-3 6th inning. Neil Kotz did the same in the 7th. We saw Howry come in the 8th. Marmol in the 9th. Michael struggled today. Now Scott Air's gone 3-0 on Taveras. The pitch. 3-1.
Generally, that strike zone gets a little bigger on that 3-0 pitch. Scott Air may have gotten the benefit of a borderline pitch right there on the 3-0 count. Needs to make another good pitch right here, 3-1.
He jammed him. Hoffpower won't be able to get over there in time. 3-2 on Taveras. Crowd getting up. Scott has a sign from Soto. Set at the belt. Here he comes. Runners go. Called. Strike 3. He was 3-0 on Taveras. He came back to get him. And the inning is over. The Rockies do draw within 1. It's 4-3.
Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Pepsi. Every sip gets you closer.
You just randomly out there.
What was that?
It's nothing.
Yeah.
Every sip gets you closer to clothing, vacations, millions of songs from Amazon MP3 and more. Sign up at PepsiStuff.com.
Get Pepsi Stuff points on specially marked Pepsi or Diet Pepsi 24-ounce 6-packs for a free Amazon MP3 music download.
I have
swimming every day, including Saturday mornings, basketball practice, piano lessons, babysit. I tutor on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I have the most hectic schedule. Diabetes has taught me that I can be really responsible. I always have to test my blood sugar before I eat, before I exercise.
One Touch, a simple way to check your blood sugar.
There's no reason that my life can't be absolutely normal.
More power to you.
Alex Klein is a real Geico customer, not a paid celebrity. So to help tell his story, we hired that guy who does those funny sound effects.
My car was totaled over 1,000 miles from home. So I called Geico. And in less than 10 business hours, I got a check for a new car.
Geico. Real service, real savings.
Scrubs, tonight at 11 East, 8 West. On WGN America. Keep your eyes here.
Ryan Spilborghs remains into play left with Pasednik out. And Manny Corpus will come on to pitch. He'll be inserted in that leadoff spot. It's been a very rough year for Corpus. He began the season as the closer, but was removed in late April. He took the loss on Friday. Well, isn't that nice?
Well, we give other people pains in other places, but we'll take a heartthrob.
Corpus on Friday came in, faced 3 batters, gave up a single to Fukudome, 2-run double to Jim Edmonds, and the go-ahead 2-run homer to Mark DeRosa. A fly ball off the bat of Mike Fontenot. It's deep to left. And Spilborghs will have just enough space to make the catch. Time to answer or find out the results of our AT&T text poll question. Which Cub had the best month of May? And Lou Pinella, taking the win today. 18 victories for the Cubs, so Cubs manager wins it. Soriano and Marmol right behind him. See what's new at the new AT&T. Visit att.com for details. There were no bad choices on that list.
Not at all.
There's a deep drive by Soriano. I think he thought he got it, and he's right. So he starts June with a home run. 13th on the year, 5-3. They get that run right back. Every time the opposition scores, it seems like this team answers right back.
That's a great quality for a ball club to have. You could see where Torrealba set up and where Corpus threw the pitch. It's the kind of pitch that should get hit out of the ballpark, and Soriano absolutely creamed.
So the lead's back to 2. Terrio hits a ground ball near the shortstop Quintanilla, who comes in, throws off that back foot, and gets him.
Well, once again, notice the location of the pitch. Right down Main Street. Soriano knew he got plenty of it to get it out of here. A little bit of wind blowing in right now, but not enough to keep that ball in the ballpark. Our Southwest, how far did it fly? 383 feet to straightaway left field.
Ball 1 on Hoffpower. 5-3 Cubs. They now have hit 63 home runs on the year. 5th in the National League in that department. Send out happy birthday wishes to Michael Mizwicki, turning 3 tomorrow. Big birthday party today. Dad Mike, Mom Kristen, big sister Margaret, and the whole family are huddled around the TV watching the Cubs today.
Don't eat too much birthday cake.
Corpus coming back on a 1-2, and he strikes out Hoffpower to end the 6th. Cubs add some more insurance. Soriano deep to left, back of the bleachers for his 13th homer of the year.
It takes a real wise guy to make it in Hollywood.
That's not bad for a guy his size.
Get Shorty.
Tonight at 8 on WGN America.
You're right. We need a new TV. Just don't go overboard.
I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now.
Text Chase for your credit card balance and decide what to spend in seconds.
It's perfect.
Real-time info matters. Chase what matters.
Oh, sweetie, he wants a bite.
Okay, I'll give you a bite. You say this one little word. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yo, I should have asked him to spell it.
You can't even spell it.
They're a mouthful. The DQ Waffle Bowl Sundaes. Fudge brownie, turtle, and chocolate-covered strawberry. All in a fresh-baked waffle bowl.
Welcome to Progressive.com. Did you find your policy okay?
I did. Saved over $350.
We have a savings of $350. A savings of $350. You know, that comes with concierge claim service, local response claim service, and 24/7 live support, all at no extra charge.
Wow.
Wow, I know. I say it louder. Have a great day.
Lots of extra features that don't cost you extra. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Well, the Cubs have won 7 straight at home against the Rockies. They're 6-0 on this homestand. They have the best record in the major leagues. They're playing the team right now with the worst record when they lead 5-3 in the 7th.
Other than that, it's really been a struggle.
Well, Lou is exhibiting caution because we're only 2 months in. It's one of those things where I think as a Cubs fan, you just enjoy it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of your job as a skipper is to try to keep things on an even keel, understanding that there will be some hardships before all is said and done this year, but for the fans, enjoy every moment of it.
Howery up in the Cubs pen. Ayers struck out Taveras to end the 6th. And against Sullivan and Helton to begin the 7th, he's still in. University of Illinois football coach Ron Zook will sing the stretch today. Great year for the Illini. Ended up going to the Rose Bowl. A lot of orange in the stands today. Slicing drive sending Soriano over, and he'll watch it drop in about 4 or 5 rows up. See, that ball ended up going down the tunnel. Got the headphones on, listening to Pat and Ron today. The 2-2 pitch to Sullivan. Fouled into the upper deck. Well, the Major League Baseball has the free pitch, hit, and run baseball skills program. Over 600,000 kids participated nationwide. And prior to the game today, the top 16 qualifiers from Illinois, Indiana, and Iowa competed here at the ballpark, trying to advance to the national finals at the 2008 Major League Baseball All-Star Game in New York. base hit into center. So special thanks to Play Ball Indiana, Midlothian Park District, and the thousands of volunteers who helped coordinate the pitch, hit, and run program. The Cubs team champions here in 2008 for the 7- and 8-year-olds, Sam Grillo from Chicago. 9- and 10-year-olds, Cole Wielden from Des Moines, Iowa. Thomas Trapicchio from Hoffman Estates for the 11- and 12-year-olds, and Casey McAllister for the 13- and 14-year-old group from Rock Falls, Illinois. They got to run the bases and do other things here at Wrigley Field before the ball game.
Congratulations to all those youngsters. Nice going.
I didn't see the pitching and the hitting, but I saw the running. They were being timed and looked like a lot of fun. The 0-1 to Helton, in the air to right. Kosuke shielding his eyes from the sun, makes the catch. Sullivan had actually gone back to first to tag, but he has to stay there. And while we have a moment, let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
Rewind your mind as WGN America presents Out of Sight Retro Nights. Flash back to the 70s, starting Monday at 8.
So Lou Pinella out, and Bob Howry will now pitch. So it'll be Howry with Sullivan at first base and one out here in the 7th. Cubs leading 5-3. The starter today, Sean Gallagher, went 5 2/3 and was charged with 3 runs, no walks. He struck out 8, hit 2 batters, and has a chance now for his 3rd win and 4 decisions. So Howry will take his warm-up tosses and had an excellent month of May after he struggled in April.
Had a good day yesterday as well. Came into the ball game in the 8th inning to face Garrett Atkins, the hitter that he's going to face here, and he struck him out looking.
And while Bob takes his final warm-up tosses, let's check out our upcoming WGN produced baseball schedule in high definition, sponsored by Comcast. Tuesday, the Sox will host Kansas City on WCIU channel 26 at 7 o'clock. Bob and I will be on the air at 9 o'clock Central Time Wednesday night in San Diego. Friday night's broadcast in Los Angeles at 9:30 Central. All in beautiful HD, sponsored by Comcast. Having fun on the rooftops on Waveland and Sheffield, and a huge crowd inside the ballpark. 1 out in the inning. Here's Garrett Atkins with a runner at first against Bob Howry. Strike 1 on a fastball. Howry took the loss on opening day. On the final day of March, he had an 8.03 ERA in 13 appearances in April, but in May a 1.76. Bob, I know Howry tried to throw a little earlier in the offseason to have April feel like June, but he kind of had similar results to what he's had in the past. So we'll see what he does this coming winter. I'm sure he'll continue to try to figure it out.
Constantly trying to make adjustments to improve your game, whatever that may be. I mean, there are no secrets with Bob Howry. He's pitched in this game long enough All of his opponents know what he's going to try to do. His teammates know what he's going to try to do. And I think it was just a matter of his command more so than his arm strength or anything like that. Early in the season, that fastball just caught a little bit too much plate at times. Now he's starting to lock in on that outside corner with consistency.
Kick in a 1-2, low and outside. Look at the catcher, Soto. Up in the air, sending Fontenot out. Good thing he made the catch because Kosuke was really battling that sun again.
It's all about the angles, Len. Kosuke was looking right up into that sun. You could tell right away he didn't have a good beat on that ball. Fortunately, Mike Fontenot stayed with it, running out into shallow right field. And as the wind continued to push it back, Fontenot's there to make it a relatively easy catch. Just the angle of that sun. Kosuke coming straight in, looking right up into it. Fontenot running away from the infield and had a better angle on that ball.
The angle of the sun constantly changing. So really on every pitch you have to recheck. Smith the batter with 2 outs. Sullivan still at first. Outside on a fastball.
I'll tell you, the sun and the wind here at Wrigley Field have made a lot of right fielders shake their head like we just saw Kosuke do out there.
Swing and a miss. Good fastball from Howry at 93 miles per hour. There's Coach Zook getting ready for the stretch. Foul tip, strike 2. Check on that sun.
Still shaking his head.
Swing and a miss. Howard gets out of the 7th. Time to stretch.
University of Illinois football coach Ron Zook.
Let me hear you. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back for this root. Root for the Cowboys. They don't win, it's a shame. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game. Come on, Cubbies, let's get some more. Run! Yeah, baby!
Here's an all-around great deal from Firestone. Buy 4 of these, get $50 toward any of these. Just buy a set of select Firestone tires and get a gift card from the Home Depot worth $50 for a limited time only at your Firestone retailer.
Back pain? You don't have to just rely on pain relievers. Now you can take 2 of these.
Dr. Scholl's Pain Relief Orthotics with Shock Guard. They're clinically proven and absorb jarring shock with every step you take. Take Dr. Scholl's for back pain or knee pain.
What does the yellow light mean? Slow down. What?
The Pinedale shopping mall has just been bombed with live turkeys.
The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Chuckles the clown was just killed. He was dressed as a peanut and an elephant crushed him.
Stop trying to cheer me up, Lou.
It's 5-3 Cubs, last of the seventh. Aramis Ramirez, Kosuke Fukudome, and Giovanni Soto against Manuel Corpus. And Ron Zook, the head football coach at the University of Illinois, won all kinds of Coach of the Year honors in 2007. Big Ten Coach of the Year. Great to have you with us. Congratulations on a great season.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. This is obviously a great setting. Look at the weather. You look at the way the Cubs are going. It's just it's a great opportunity. It's awesome.
There's a strike. It's 1-1 on Aramis. Trip to the Rose Bowl. I know you wanted to not only get there and win it, but you got there and you had to be very pleased with the season you had.
Well, we were, and obviously we got to get back there and play a lot better than we did. But I think our guys are excited about the opportunity and excited where we are. We just got to continue to do the things. We got to remember how we got to where we're at.
Hey, Coach, I got a question for you. There's such a long delay between the end of the college football season and the bowl games. I don't know what you could do to remedy that situation, but that seems like an excessively long time for those young men not to play against an opponent.
Well, it is a long time, and obviously the Big Ten's done a little bit because we're going to begin to play a little bit after. That's in there.
That's a fair ball for Aramis. Hustling towards second, and that's an easy double.
But we're going to play a little bit after. We're going to play after Thanksgiving, which will make it a little bit close that gap a little bit. But it is a long time, and it's just that's the way it is. And you just have to be ready to go.
Boy, another great approach by Aramis Ramirez. I don't know if there's another power hitter in the game that's as willing to go to the opposite field when that's all he's getting. But Ramirez has worn out that right field line in this series against the Rockies.
And he's 3 for 3 today with an intentional walk, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. And he's standing in scoring position for Kosuke, who's had a tough one at the plate. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, but those were all against the starter, Ubaldo Jimenez. He's now facing Manny Corpus. And the Cubs already lead by 2. Here's the pitch. It's outside on a fastball. So we sit here on June 1st, and what's next as far as the summer stuff?
Well, we just obviously, our guys are there for summer school, and we got to continue to improve. I think this is the biggest time of the year for our players. It's the time we have the least contact with them, but it's the time also that they got to get the most done. And
Spilborghs will catch, and Aramis has to go back to his base. And I'm sure you'll talk to your guys at some point about they're going to see their names a little bit more often, right? The team, there's a little more pressure, I guess, that is involved with being a program that everybody's shooting to knock off.
Well, but the thing we got to do is we have to remember how we got to where we're at. There was an awful lot of hard work. There was an awful lot of tough days, and it doesn't just happen. They got there by the work that they did, by listening to the coaches and letting the coaches coach them, and we have to continue to do that.
A 1-2 on the way, a bouncer foul. And what's the schedule as far as recruiting for you?
Well, we're off the road now. Last week we were off the road. We have the month of May on the road. You have 4 weeks, 6 weeks to get 4 in, and then this summer's pretty much guys that just come on your campus, and you want to sell what you have, and everyone's selling the same thing and saying the same things. But we really got a great situation. We got an opportunity that's just unbelievable. Great facilities, great academic institution, and we got a team that's on the rise.
Coach, I know you had, I believe, 3 different stints as a coach in the NFL. What's the biggest difference between coaching the professional players and coaching the college players?
Well, number one, in high school and college, I think you're still trying to help a young man reach his goals. In the NFL, they've already reached that goal, and so you're trying to, obviously it's about one thing, and not that it's not. I mean, I think that's the one difference that you have in college football nowadays and in high school is that, but still you try to keep it in perspective, and it's about trying to help a young man reach his goals.
3-2 on Soto. Ramirez started the inning with a double. He's still at second base after Fukudome lined out to left. And the payoff delivery. Pulled foul. That was hit hard.
Did you ever suspect that Belichick had a camera on you when you were on the sidelines?
I tell you what, now that's something that, that obviously everybody's always trying to steal signals, and something that's very, very important. And, but that's part of the game, and that's kind of the way it is. And, I think everybody probably does it, and everybody's trying to, to get an edge. I mean, it's about winning games.
Soto went around. That's a strikeout. I want to ask you about water skiing. Have you been able to get out? I know, I think winter's finally over.
Well, I think it is, and obviously this is a great day, but I'd rather be right here. But I get on that water as much as I possibly can. I got a Malibu and a ski boat. It's just a great opportunity for me, and that's the thing that our family does as a family. And, it's where I can kind of get out and forget everything, and that's the one thing. Some people golf, I water ski.
And it also says you get out every morning you start every day with a 3-mile run.
Well, it depends on how I feel. Sometimes it may not be 3. Sometimes it may be a little under. Sometimes it may be a little over. Depends upon how I feel. But I think it's important to get out and get your heart beating. And it's something I do a lot of thinking, and kind of gets me ready for the day. Yeah,
that is important, especially considering what you do. You could take up 24 hours a day just going over plays and what you want to do next, and you almost have to force yourself to get away from everything for even a half hour a day and work out, right?
There has to be something that, once again, that's a time, it's my time, it's a time that I think, it's a time that you kind of prepare for the day, and I'm best when I do it early in the morning. I don't feel good when I don't get my workout in, and as I said, it's not that I'm a workaholic or anything like that. It's just, it gives you a chance to, kind of think of what's going on.
Yeah, Bob's just like that. He likes to walk about 20, right? Before 7 a.m., no matter where we are.
It's about 20 steps from my bed to the bathroom.
There you go.
There you go. 0-2 pitch is inside on Jim Edmonds. A lot of orange in the crowd today, Coach.
Well, it was great. I had some of my best friends are from Florida up here, and they got an opportunity to see the Illini Nation and obviously come to a Cubs game. I've talked to them about it since we've been here many, many years. And, this is just a great atmosphere. It's a great opportunity to be around something that's, it's special in sports. And, great day, perfect day. It doesn't get any, Cubs are doing great. It just doesn't get any better than this.
Atkins picks it up, throws to first, and Edmonds is out. Coach Ron Zook, enjoy the rest of your summer, and we look forward to a great 2008 Illinois football season.
Thank you. I appreciate it, fellas. Thanks an awful lot. Thank you.
Good luck, Coach.
You make movies, huh? I got an idea for a movie.
In Hollywood, it takes a real wise guy.
The name's Barbone. Chili Palmer. Momo.
Where do you get these names? To get in on the action. John Travolta.
Friends don't hit each other. Unless they have to.
Get Shorty.
Tonight at 8 on WGN America.
You can settle down. You can fire it up. You can tune it in. But it's still not summer until you bring it out. Introducing Bud Light Lime. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind. It's in the lime. Bud Light Lime.
I get in the truck and it won't start. I figure it's the starter. But when I get to AutoZone, they said let's test it first. Turns out it's just a solenoid switch. Those AutoZone guys saved me a lot of money, and I'll remember that.
I have swimming every day, including Saturday mornings, basketball practice, piano lessons, babysit. I tutor on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I have the most hectic schedule. Diabetes has taught me that I've can be really responsible. I always have to test my blood sugar before I eat, before I exercise.
One Touch, a simple way to check your blood sugar.
There's no reason that my life can't be absolutely normal.
More power to you.
Come on, sweetie, we're here.
Send money to loved ones in need with Western Union Money in Minutes service.
Money got there fast?
Yeah, before the repairs were even finished. Hey, thanks again.
You bet.
Western Union. You're never far apart.
5-3 Cubs. As we get into the 8th, thanks to Ron Zook for joining us. And it's Ian Stewart against Bob Howery. Howery got the final 2 outs in the 7th. Called strike. Final in Philly. Phillies beat the Marlins 7-5, so they're back at first by a half game. Fuentes and Burgess up for the Rockies. Fuentes is their closer, but they haven't been in a 9th inning save spot in this series. Tie-breaking 2-run double by Pat Burrell in that ball game. Stewart will have to get another bat. Milwaukee all over Houston, 10-1 after 6. Braun with his 15th, Branyan with his 3rd, Mark Loretta hitting a home run for the Astros against his former team. Milwaukee back to 500. Trying to jump 1 over. Cardinals lead 6-2 at home against the Pirates. Trying to keep pace with the Cubs. They don't want to drop too far back. Crew Chief Jerry Crawford chatting with, I believe that was Jason Grilli, protecting his bullpen mates. Over in the American League, Manny Ramirez with his 501st career home run. 9-4 Boston over the Orioles in the bottom of the 8th. Lowell and Drew also with home runs for the Red Sox. Luke Scott with his 7th for Baltimore. We'll see the Orioles here at Wrigley Field for the first time ever in interleague play. The Rays beat the White Sox with a run in the 10th, so they won the final 3 of that series. 4-3 the final score. It's 3-2 on Stewart.
Boy, the Rays are now 24-10 at home.
Gabe Gross, the former Brewer, with a game-ending home run. Stewart strikes out.
Hey, you know what time it is, Len? It's time for today's Too Much Good Stuff, brought to you by AMPM. How about rookie right-hander Sean Gallagher? Set a career high with 8 strikeouts in the ball game. Did not walk a batter. It was a little bit of a struggle for him, but an outstanding performance by young Sean Gallagher. Too much good stuff. Thank you, AMPM.
Howery faces Quintanilla. Left center, and Soriano went back. Now he races in. 2 outs. How you do the AMP and Too Much Good Stuff. You're too much.
I get excited about that AMPM Too Much Good Stuff. And the hardest part is picking, you know, who gave us too much today. Never could have too much.
Not of a good thing.
That's right. Boy, I get excited for Sean Gallagher. I know he's going through a lot of adjustments here, trying to feel his way along at the major league level, but man, you talk about a guy taking advantage of an opportunity.
And I think Lou really likes the fact that he has a 22-year-old rookie in his starting rotation. He likes the mix. A lot of veterans, a lot of young guys. He likes the energy. He likes pitchers who throw hard, and Sean Gallagher pretty consistently up in the low to mid 90s with his fastball.
But yet has a real good feel for changing speeds and rolling that slow curveball up there to the plate. And it'll be a learning process, and you know, much like the ball club over the remainder of this season, I'm sure there'll be some bumps in the road for Sean Gallagher, but boy, a lot of good stuff there to work with. Too much good stuff.
It'd be big to see Howery get through this 8th inning. Good slider, 1 and 2 on Torrealba. Some overlapping innings. Hare got the final out of the 6th, the 1st and the 7th. Howery, the final 2 outs in the 7th. He's trying to get all 3 in the 8th. Broken bat, ground ball. A lot of bats have been broken today. Terrio up with it, gets Torrealba. And the Rockies are finished in the 8th inning. Bottom 8, 5-3 Cubs.
Can't believe you. Can't believe you. Don't ask.
You need some help?
Yes. We need to get the mixer back before 5 or else they'll charge us for an extra day.
No, we're not going to have to stop for gas. This thing is really fuel efficient.
That's true. It has variable cylinder management. It's basically 6 cylinders that can run on 3 or 4 cylinders to save gas. I read about it on a blog.
Surprisingly fuel efficient. Ride ready. The new Pilot, only from Honda.
We wish you an ideal day. We wish you an ideal day. We wish you an ideal day. And an awesome new fall.
It's Red Hot Deal Days at Verizon Wireless. Celebrate any way you know how. Get to Verizon Wireless and get up to 50% off phones made for messaging, like the BlackBerry Curve, the LG NV2, or the Samsung Glide. And now this Moto Q9M is just $79.99. And they all come with America's most reliable wireless network, Verizon Wireless.
Yes, 2 Southern-style chicken biscuits.
McDonald's has chicken for breakfast now?
You heard right.
Oh, that reminds me of my Nana's kitchen when she made me chicken biscuits. She'd break out the pans, all the seasonings.
Mickey D's Southern-style chicken biscuits.
Chicken biscuits for breakfast. This biscuit tastes homemade.
And the chicken is so juicy.
And seasoned just right. Is that Nana?
Superstation WGN was then. WGN America is now. WGN America, your summertime home for baseball.
This Father's Day, play catch in the outfield, run the bases or relax in the dugouts of Wrigley Field. Hey Dad, want to have a catch presented by Motorola is on Sunday, June 15th. Limited tickets are available for $150 each and include a t-shirt, photograph, baseball, and lunch. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com or call 773-404-Cubs. Here's the Rockies closer, Brian Fuentes. And he hadn't pitched at all in the first 3 games of this series. His last outing was on the 27th at Philadelphia. Ronnie Cedeno pinch hitting for Bob Howery, who was excellent today. Foul on a play. The closer's up. Kerry Wood for the Cubs. Kerry had 11 saves in May. 1-1 to Ronnie is a strike.
I'll tell you one thing. The Cubs didn't mind not seeing Fuentes in this series. This guy is nasty. Has a very unorthodox delivery, a couple of pauses before he delivers that ball to home plate, very low arm angle.
He took over as the closer in late April when the Cubs were in Colorado. He and Manny Corpus swapped places last season the other way after Fuentes went through a tough stretch. It's 2-2 on Cedeno. Reed Johnson on deck. High pop fly out into left center. Spillboards camped underneath, and he gathers it in. So now it's Johnson to bat for Fontenot. Got a nice letter from Pat Pasilli, who tomorrow will turn 80. Cub fan since 1941. So happy birthday to Pat. Pat is from Elmhurst, Illinois. He's been following this team for a long, long time. Get well wishes to Joe McFadden, watching the game today from the hospital in Winter Haven, Florida. Joe, that's from your daughter Jenny Surma, the Senior Director of Human Resources with the Cubs. We hope you're feeling better, Joe. Inside on Johnson.
Fastball hard inside to Reed Johnson. Moved both legs out of the way that time. That one was headed for a kneecap.
One and two.
Much like we saw earlier in the game from Sean Gallagher, when you push a hitter off the plate with that fastball inside, whether it be up or down, just opens up that outside corner if you can hit the outside corner with the next pitch.
Here it is. Bounced foul. We received a card from Norma Perry, big Cubs fan, wanted us to wish her daughter a happy 40th birthday a couple of days ago. Johnson flails at strike three. Now the Nissan drive up the game. Alfonso Soriano with his 13th homer of the year. He hit 10 in May, and he has one in June. He was back in the 6th.
That actually got all the way out onto Waveland Avenue. A little misplay there in the back of the left field bleachers. Probably would have reached the street easily with no wind today.
That made it 5-3 where we currently stand.
One of the more consistent wind days that we've had here at Wrigley. It's been blowing across from right to left pretty much all morning and afternoon.
Pop foul. This is the 7th game of the Rockies' 10-game trip, and this is only the 2nd appearance for Fuentes, so that tells you something when you can't get your closer in there consistently. And they're right now staring at what could be their 12th consecutive road loss. Already set a franchise record with the 11 straight as Fuentes gets Soriano on strikes. Safe spot for carry one in the ninth when we come
back. At Sacred Heart Hospital, you get the best.
You're a good doctor.
I know. And every employee takes pride in his work.
Planning on making this worth my while?
Scrubs, live 7 nights a week at 11 East, 8 West on WGN America.
Rough meets smooth. Four-wheel independent suspension, the Ridgeline, built by Honda.
You and
Sarah for sending money from afar.
Send money within the U.S. with Western Union next day service for as low as $9.99.
Thanks for the birthday money, Aunt Sarah. I love it.
Me too.
Western Union. You're never far apart.
What my life is like in managing my diabetes is very complicated because you're twisting and turning a lot as to what should I do first. I need to talk to this client, but I'm feeling a little dizzy. I think I better check my blood sugar. So it's that kind of back and forth that feels like a tornado sometimes.
Get a free Breeze 2 meter from Bayer today. Call 1-800-582-3131 or visit breezemeter.com.
I fell in love with the 10-test disc. The Breeze 2 is the best. It helps me with everything else in the day to just fall in line.
The Breeze 2 meter from Bayer comes with a unique, easy-to-use disc, so you only load strips every 10 tests, and you never have to code your meter to make testing simple.
I'm at one with my meter, and I have it with me all the time. I'm Suzanne Lipinski, and finding balance is my simple win.
Get your free Breeze 2 meter today. Call 1-800-582-3131 or visit breezemeter.com.
Second straight day, Alfonso Soriano's been double switched out in the ninth as Reed Johnson remains in left. Cedeno, the Cubs' third second baseman of the afternoon, and Kerry Wood. He'll try to pick up the save. He's the fifth Cubs pitcher. Facing Ryan Spilborg, strike one. Cubs lead by a pair, 5-3. Swing and a miss. Couple of good heaters.
We could go a couple of different ways right now. He could scoot a fastball up even higher in the zone. As they try to do, Spielborg just gets a piece of it. Or you could throw that hard slider off the plate low and away.
Kerry has moved up the leaderboard in the National League. He's now third in saves behind Brian Wilson of the Giants, who has 16, Jose Valverde of Houston with 15. Kerry currently with 13. Spilborg's jumped out of the way on that front door slider, and it almost dropped in the zone.
Almost got back to that inside corner. Just tried to overthrow it a little bit too much. You see the reaction Ryan Spilborg's. He'd seen 3 consecutive mid-90s fastball. He was not ready for that breaker.
The next pitch, another off-speed pitch, and it was inside, and it's even 2-2. Jeff Baker on deck as a pinch hitter. Then Sullivan. You'd rather not face Todd Helton. He's due up fourth in this inning. A knee buckling slider. 3-2. He just missed.
Not where he wanted to throw that pitch. It may have been a little up when it crossed the front of home plate, but very close.
Boy, everybody picking up everybody else. Marmol filling in for Wood yesterday. Carlos not available today, but Aaron Howery in particular doing an excellent job. And now it's Wood in the ninth. And Spilborgs is hanging in. Yankees lost at Minnesota today 5-1. The Royals have won 2 straight. Beat the Indians again 6-1. Kosuke again battling the sun. 1 out.
He's had plenty of practice fielding these fly balls down the right field line, looking up into the sun. He's found a knack, either using his glove or his bare hand to shield his eyes, has the sunglasses on, plays the ball off to an angle, and able to make the catch.
The pinch hitter Baker for Fuentes. Day, a very rare one for Derek Lee, and his team leads 5-3. 0-2. The last time the Cubs completed an unbeaten homestand of 7 or more games was in April of 1970. Swing and a miss, 2 down. They went 10-0 on that particular homestand. They haven't had a homestand like it since. But they're 1 out away.
From our Southwest RoboCam, that elevated fastball up above the letters. Looks like it's a good pitch to hit. Extremely tough to catch up to.
Corey Sullivan with 2 outs. Foul back. I don't think anybody around here would mind getting used to weeks like this.
Not at all. Hey, we showed you the list of players and asked you to vote for who had the best month. I think you have to include the fans as the 10th man. They have been awesome in this homestand.
Ramirez in foul ground, and a diving attempt by Terrio. A little collision by Aramis and Reed Johnson. Ryan couldn't catch it, but what an effort. Wow, what an ending that would have been. A huge ovation.
Well, watch this all-out effort from Ryan Terrio. No respect for his own body at all. He got a glove on it, going from the sun into the shade over there near the bullpen home plate area. Just hit off the heel of the glove and trickled into the Cubs bullpen.
A little scrape there on his elbow, and his uniform dirty.
That's a merit badge for the Riot.
0-2. Now a ball and 2 strikes. That got a piece of the home plate umpire, Mike Molinsky.
Looked like I got him right in that right shin guard as Giovanni can't get the glove over there quickly enough, expecting that pitch off of the outside corner.
The 1-2. Sullivan bounced it off his foot. Big stretch of road games coming up. 23 of the next 32. Another 1-2. Oh!
To cross the plate.
Brings up a 2-2 pitch. Fly ball. Kosuke again in the sun. Edmonds actually calling him off. Makes a catch. Cubs win. Cubs sweep. That ball almost got out of the glove of Edmonds, but everything went right on this homestand. They go 1-2-3 in the ninth. 7-0. On this day, and now off to the road, San Diego and Los Angeles for 7. Time to sing. 5-3 the final.
shallow right center field. Kosuke Fukudomi initially calling. Jim Edmonds calls him off because he had a better angle, and stay in there, baby. Smiles all around. 14th save of the year for Kerry Wood.
And the largest crowd of the 2008 season witnessed it here at Wrigley Field, 41,730. So the Cubs win 5-3 the final. They maintain the best record in all of baseball, 36-21. We'll be back.
Cubs got the greatest fan. I hear him singing out, go Cubs go, go Cubs go. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Let's go Cubs go, go Cubs go.
You make movies, huh? I got an idea for a movie.
In Hollywood, it takes a real wise guy. The name's Barboni.
Chili Palm.
Momo. Where do you get these names? To get in on the action. John Travolta.
Friends don't hit each other. Unless they have to.
I know. Get Shorty.
Tonight at 8 on WGN America.
We wish you were an ideal day. We wish you were an ideal day. We wish you were an ideal day. And an awesome new fall.
It's Red Hot Deal Days at Verizon Wireless. Celebrate any way you know how. Get to Verizon Wireless and get up to 50% off phones made for messaging, like the BlackBerry Curve, the LG NV2, or the Samsung Glide. And now this Moto Q9M is just $79.99. And they all come with America's most reliable wireless network, Verizon Wireless.
At the Turtle Wax Ice Ultimate Detailing Challenge, it was no contest. Turtle Wax Ice car polish. It goes on fast with no effort. And unlike conventional car waxes, there's no white residue to wipe off. And when it comes to trim, seams, plastic, and rubber, no problem.
Look at that. The shine is just amazing. Turtle Wax Ice, finish first.
Turtle Wax Ice car polish. Welcome to the Ice Age.
Take me out to Esurance. Take me to Savings Online. Auto insurance that's hassle-free. When you buy it instantly, let me quote, buy it at Esurance. If you don't save, it's a shame. For it's $100, $200, $300 you can save with the Esurance name.
Save time and money on your auto insurance at Esurance.
For the Chicago Cubs, 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 8 men left. For the Rockies, 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, also 8 stranded. The winning pitcher is Sean Gallagher. A couple of wins on the homestand. He's now 3-1. Ubaldo Jimenez, as Bob said, pitched valiantly after getting smoked off the left knee in the first inning. He drops to 1-6. And Kerry Wood, with his 14th save, 2 hours, 56 minutes in front of the largest home crowd of the year for the Cubs, 41-730. Jim Edmonds, our Budweiser, will say plays of the game today. He's getting better every time out, Bob.
Now starting to make more consistent contact, getting the barrel of the bat on the ball, driving it to the opposite field, a triple to center, a double to left. Also drew a walk in the 5th inning that drove in a run.
And that was the key run, certainly, in that ball game, as the Cubs are able to win 5-3. It's a perfect homestand. We'll be back.
Introducing Bud Light Lime, the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor.
Come on, sweetie, we're here. Send money to loved ones in need with Western Union Money in Minutes service.
Money got there fast? Yeah, before the repairs were even finished. Hey, thanks again.
You bet. Western Union. You're never far apart.
An important free offer for men with balding or thinning hair.
My hair looks better than what it did when I was a teenager.
I really think he looks amazing. I mean, just look at him.
Men, No diet, no exercise program, no new set of clothes can ever improve your confidence, your good looks, and the way women look at you, the way a thick, full head of your own real hair will. And now you can have it in just 4 weeks when you call Hair Club right now.
I just can't believe how much better he looks. He looks so handsome now.
Life's about having fun. It's about looking good. I mean, 80% of feeling good is looking good.
Call now for your confidential appointment. We'll give you a free hair and scalp analysis. Get the head of hair you want. Call Hair Club now.
I only wish I hadn't taken so long. That's what I'm telling you. Do it now.
Call now for our free DVD and brochure, shipped to you in a discreet plain envelope. Hair Club has the solution you want. Call now.
Call 1-800-326-3380. That's 1-800-326-3380.
You okay, kid?
My foot, it's killing me.
Oh, athlete's foot. Hit that with Tough Actin Tenactin. It's more than a cure. It's so tough it can keep you from getting athlete's foot. Get boom, Tough Actin Tenactin.
Introducing Bud Light Lime, the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor.
Chicago Cubs baseball, brought to you by Bud Light Lime, the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime. AM/PM, AM/PM, too much good stuff. The Illinois Lottery, play the Illinois Lottery, have a ball. By Comcast, proven advanced technology, call 1-888-4BEST-TV. By Pepsi, every sip gets you closer. And by Southwest Airlines, you're now free to be more productive. Visit southwest.com today.
Our next broadcast of Cubs baseball on WGN Sports, your official summer baseball station, will be Wednesday night from San Diego. The Cubs and the Pods will wrap up their upcoming 3-game series. Ted Lilly for the Cubs. Future Hall of Famer and former Cub Greg Maddux goes from San Diego. 9 o'clock Central Time, we will hit the air. Cardinals won today, so the Cubs lead is 2.5. They started the homestand tied for first, so picked up 2.5 games this week, going 7-0. The Chevy Dealers 10th Inning Show is next.
eHarmony asked a lot of questions in the questionnaire.
My partner's energy level, I mark that as very important to me.
And one of the ones in particular that I found interesting was finding pleasure and contentment in simple things.
Are you romantic? Are you stubborn? Are you shy? Vivacious, rational, trusting?
How far are you willing to search?
It was the first time anyone asked me that, though, whether I was self-aware.
With our in-depth questionnaire, we get to know the real you, so we can match you with other singles based on compatibility. Log on today and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
Chase called. Somebody was trying to use our card, but I took care of it.
Chase fraud alerts you can act on instantly. Protection matters. Chase what matters.
Today, we're observing the Geico Gecko, an extraordinary creature with a most curious adaptation. The ability to save people hundreds of dollars on their car insurance. Let's watch.
That's odd.
Whoa. Fascinating.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
WGN America. TV you can't ignore.
It's the Chevy Dealers 10th Inning Show. Now, here's Len Casper.
A lot of close ball games on this homestand. The Cubs won them all. They won by 2 on Monday, by 2 on Tuesday, a 1-run win on Wednesday. Really, the only blowout came in the first game of this series, 8-4. And the Cubs win again today, 5-3 the final. They complete the 4-game sweep over the Rockies. They go 7-0 on the homestand.
What does the yellow light mean? Slow down. What?
The Pinedale shopping mall has just been bombed with live
turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Chuckles the clown was just killed. He was dressed as a peanut and an elephant crushed him.
Stop trying to cheer me up, Lou.
Never before has the gecko been captured on film talking about RV insurance.
So, you guys travel a lot. You should check out Geico and get a free rate quote on RV insurance.
This is truly history in the making.
You can also get a rate quote on motorcycle insurance, ATV insurance, personal watercraft insurance.
Sounds good.
Excuse me, I'm up here.
Geico, saving you money on insurance for your car and the other stuff that moves you.
That's me, Dr. John Dorian. My friends call me JD.
Look what I confiscated from one of the kids in pediatrics.
Ow!
What, too hot?
Yeah! I'm an intern at a hospital that could use a little therapy.
They're doing a breast reduction on 3, and I want to get up there and try and stop it.
In fact, sometimes things around here are so strange, they can make a TV show about it.
There's no beer.
Oh, we get a few.
Newsflash, you can't drink and then come to work. You're not airline pilots.
They could call it Scrubs.
I'm no Superman.
Nah, my job is right here.
Sorry, if that gets infected, I'm a doctor.
Saving lives at Sacred Heart. Is anybody else a doctor?
What's going on down there?
Scrubs, 7 nights a week at 11 East, 8 West.
We've accomplished what we set out to do as far as our home schedule is concerned. Now, you know, we just need to execute just a little better on the road than we have. We've been in games. I mean, we can go over them. We've had chances to win. We just got to execute a little better to finish off games. So, but you know, this has got to be a nice confidence booster for us going forward. And yeah, we'll see what with San Diego and Los Angeles bring. But you know, we got Zambrano starting off the road trip, which is always a nice way to start off a 7-game road trip, and we go from there. But these guys are playing hard, and it's a nice brand of baseball that they're playing.
Bob, it's June 1st, and through July 6th, the Cubs will only play 9 home games. Everything else will be on the road.
And I know there's a lot of hand-wringing out there because of the Cubs' road record, 10-13 as we head off to the West Coast. But I think there's still better baseball to be played. Some tough games, as Lou said, on the road, and the Cubs weren't playing their best ball earlier in the season.
Padres have played better lately, but they have struggled overall this year. The Dodgers have scuffled lately. We'll see how the road trip goes in Southern California. Never easy when teams head out there. We'll have more from Wrigley Field. The Cubs win. That's 7 in a row. 5-3 the final.
This is the Chevy Dealers 10th Inning Show, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, official sponsor of the Chicago Cubs. The Chevy Dealers 10th Inning Show is brought to you in part by Culver's. Bright smiles, fresh, juicy butter burgers, and velvety smooth frozen custard. Come on into Culver's and get Culverized.
See you tomorrow, Steve.
Do not let her get gum. You know that's Tony Stewart. Tony, get the camera. I've got the camera. Oh, Tony, he's a huge fan. Ready?
Tony, you okay?
Armor All wash, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare. And for even better defense against UV rays, try new and improved Armor All Protectant.
It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be yourself because you are you. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to release your powerful power, 'cause it feels good.
Jody, Culver's sweet defensive play of the game is an error committed by Alfonso Soriano, but on the same play, he would pick up an assist. He would throw out Todd Helton. Very scary spot there as Mark DeRosa had his right hand stepped on, but fortunately, he was okay. Thank you, Culver's. Come into Culver's and get Culverized. We'll be back with you on WGN Sports Wednesday night from Petco Park. It's Ted Lilly against Greg Maddox. So the Cubs hit the road here. And Bob, the Cardinals won again today. So the lead's just 2.5. You got to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, don't look back. Just keep grinding every day. Take each game on its own merit and move forward.
Once again, the final today, the Cubs 5, the Rockies 3. What a great week of baseball. We'll see you Wednesday night, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
The Chevy Dealer's 10th Inning Show has been brought to you in part by Culver's. Bright smiles, fresh juicy butter burgers, and velvety smooth frozen custard. Come on into Culver's and get Culverized.
At Sacred Heart Hospital, our doctors are among the best in the nation.
Scrubs, live 7 nights a week at 11 East 8 West.
We now join our program already in progress.
And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me of another place and time.
You don't have to be Indy to play Indy. Play the Reveal the Secret game at Burger King for a chance to win a Hummer H2 adventure, tons of other prizes, or even $1 million. Every game piece could win.
WGN America. TV you can't ignore.
This is a great country.
A country where people never stop trying.
Never stop dreaming.
Never stop creating the perfect chicken sandwich.
Introducing McDonald's new Southern-style chicken sandwich.
It's perfectly seasoned.
It's juicy.
It's just plain better.
All white meat chicken served warm with pickles on a steamed, buttery-tasting bun.
Why settle for ordinary
When you simply don't have to.
Time can drag on when you're constipated as you wait for Miralax to work. Why wait? Phillips caplets work overnight and don't have harsh stimulants like some other laxatives. Phillips, possibly perfect.
Thank you, Aunt Sarah, for sending money from afar.
Send money within the U.S. with Western Union next day service for as low as $9.99.
Thanks for the birthday money, Aunt Sarah. I love it.
Me too. Western Union. You're never far apart.
The freshest fragrance ideas come from Glade, like the Glade Plug-in Scented Oil Fan. Unlike some fresheners that seem strong just around the outlet, the Glade Plug-in's fan circulates your favorite scented oil fragrance throughout the whole room, like a fresh breeze. The plug